It's time to start the only way we know how, with the warm-up. Brought to you from our friends at Brick & Barrel. With a wonderful family atmosphere, Brick & Barrel has a beautiful beer garden and is just the place to take in a game or celebrate after. Brick & Barrel, 155 Joyner Parkway in Lincoln. The way you warm up is the way you perform. So to be the best, you gotta warm up with the best. So warm up with us as we sit down with a member of the Potters coaching staff to talk all things Potters. It's time to get loose and warm up right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
Welcome into the warm-up. Mark the Phantom Low here with a special guest. This is a special treat. We have, I think the title is Assistant Head Coach. We'll get into that, Mike, in just a second. Mike Marjama is with us. Mike, it's been a while. We finally tried to get you up here. We finally got you up here, and we're happy to do so.
Loving it. Thanks for having me up here, guys.
Fantastic. So, the first thing people say, Mike Marjama, he was in the show. That's pretty impressive. So tell me one thing maybe from your time in the big leagues that you took away from the big leagues about yourself that you learned, and one thing maybe that helped you able to communicate with kids.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was transitioning to I didn't really start catching. So I get to the big leagues as a catcher, but I didn't really start catching until I got to pro ball, kind of more on a full-time thing. So, I had to learn the game kind of on the fly.
Right.
At the pro count, the pro calendar playing 140 games. So you're learning on the fly. So a lot of it is, in this game, it's dealing with failure. We can't be a basketball player and go 3 for 10 from the field or in any really other sport. So a lot of these kids, it's learning how to deal with adversity, learning how to deal with failure. And in our season here, right, we're playing almost every day.
Right.
So it's like, hey, if you have a bad day, like, it's all right. Let's shake it off. We're back at the ballpark tomorrow. Nothing changes. So it's getting them acclimated to that. And I think that's one of the things I'm going to try to bring, this summer to the guys is just that consistency and routine and being a pro.
So as far as being assistant head coach or whatever your title is it more a situation you're an overall kind of contributor rather in one specific area?
100%. I like to think JP and I talk about it as almost like a bench coach. A guy in the big leagues is just, you're there to help out the manager. You're also there to kind of just go out during BP, and I'm just going to talk with all the guys in the outfield. The pitchers are shagging, like, what's going on? How are you feeling? What did you feel in this situation? If we really wanted to get down to the weeds, if a pitcher's third best pitch is his changeup and we get in a 3-2 situation and he needs to get a pitch, it's like, why are we throwing the changeup?
Right.
Throw your best pitch,
Okay.
right? So it's like
All right.
those type of things where we're teaching the kids the game, and I don't have to be dad on you, right? I get to be the guy that's just kind of like, hey, what do you got? Let's work through it together.
So JP has been the bench coach, so to speak, for 5 years. Now he's got somebody moving into his situation.
Correct.
So how's that dynamic working so far?
It's great. JP and I are great. I mean, it's nice to have a brother, right? It's nice to have like a really good friend as a guy that we give each other stuff all the time. We're back and forth, but we get to see the game in different ways. He sees it from a coaching perspective that he's done developing kids, even in his youth program. I get to see it from what did I see from Felix Hernandez catching him, right? So it's the nice thing is we can bounce things off of each other and like, hey, what do you see? What do you see? And so we get to have a really good thing that him and Ryan had. I got to be a part of that last year at the end. So doing the same thing this year.
Yeah, speaking of that, you were here last year a little bit, but this is like your first full season. So the experience so far, the crowds have been fantastic so far this season. So how have you found it in that aspect?
I think it's great. I think for me, I got put on the map. I tell these guys all the time, I got put on the map in summer ball. I mean, I played 3 years at Sacramento City College, and my first year I wasn't even good enough to make the team. So I redshirted my first year at junior college, right? And Andy McKay, who's now the assistant general manager for the Mariners, and he took me back to La Crosse, Wisconsin, which the Northwoods League is, I think, the best league in the country. This league is up and coming, but I was on a 10-day contract, and just like now, we have temporary guys here. Dean Espy, a guy that was at UCLA, punches a water cooler and breaks his hand in the College World Series, and it allows me to stay the whole summer. Well, I win the MVP,
That's the stuff that
right?
happens.
I win the MVP of our team. Become somewhat of a prospect in that league, go to Long Beach State, and kind of the rest is history. So I truly think, and I don't know, maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong, I think college summer ball is probably the most authentic the game still is.
Absolutely.
So it's just, man, you get good atmosphere, you get the kids out here, it's not a ton of the analytics, although we have a ton of them now. It's pretty special. So I mean, come on, Lincoln too. This town has turned out.
Fantastic.
I think it's only get better and better.
It's incredible. Let me ask you a coaching question, then we'll let you go. And this is kind of a what-if kind of situation. I know you've been at many different levels. So if you're coaching kids and you have a kid that's kind of harder to reach, is that hello and welcome to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California, for another exciting. And then you can go after him and try to help him get it.
Yeah, I think it's dealing. I'm a huge fan of Ted Lasso. So
Okay.
I don't know if you've watched the show.
Well,
but
first 2 seasons. I don't know about season 3.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to ruin anything.
We won't
right?
talk about season 3.
Don't talk about it.
No.
I like to think of it as, there was an article written when I was playing for the Durham Bulls, and it was me catching, and it said the relationship guru. And that's something
Nice.
that I try to strive for is when you have 14, if you're managing a staff or a bullpen,
Right.
I have 14 guys out there. I mean, any parents out there know you can't deal with one kid the same way you can deal with the other, right?
Yes, we do. Yes,
we
do.
So for me, it's more of what does he need in this situation? How does he some guys I have to go out there and I might have to rip into him a little bit. Not rip into him, but I need to get after him a little bit.
Stronger, a little firmer.
And some other guys, I need to probably lie to them a little bit to tell them they're God's gift to earth, right, in order for them to perform. So it's finding what they need in that situation to succeed. And the best way to do that is to go talk to them before the game. Just be around the
Hello and
clubhouse.
welcome to McBean Stadium in
and
Lincoln,
have them
California,
be around.
for another
And so
exciting
when
night of
they
Lincoln
see
Potters
you're there,
baseball, I'm Mark the
and
Phantom
they see how much you care, then they start to go, okay, I can listen to him because he's here for me.
Sounds awesome. Mike, we're going to try something today. I don't want to get people all excited, but we'll be talking to you again mid-game. Let's just say that. Mike Marjama, assistant head coach of your Potters. We're back with more pregame right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here's a quick look back at Potter seasons past.
3. Hit high, hit deep, hit out of the park. If it's fair, it is fair. Forget about that one. Justin Olson got a hold of another one, and nobody gets a hold of him like Justin Olson. 2-run home run. Potters lead this one 5-3. Second home run for Justin Olson. 8 runs batted in now. No doubt about there was doubt about that one. Would it go foul before it left the Earth's gravity? 1 ball and no strikes. Now, I'm sure the Potters fans will say, well, wait a minute, what about that breaking ball that should have been a strike? That was hit sharply down the third base line. Backhand by Ferry. He has to pick it up and throw it on a hop to first. I think he got him. He did. What a play by Trey Ferry behind third base, almost on the outfield grass. Kind of bobbled it, had to get it back, threw it on a hop across the diamond. Justin Olson scoops it up comfortably over the fence out there. Here's the 3-1 on Olson. Swings it, hits it high and deep to right field. That's not 5 feet over. That's not 10 feet. That's way out of here. Justin Olson, number 3, and the Potters have tied it up at 1. Gaspar's going back, still going back, still going back. He reaches up, and that one is out of here. A 2-run home run for Brandon Motherall. Line drive, center field, hit very well. Barnes goes back, still going back. He's not going to get it. It's down. 1 run scores. Here comes Roselle around third. They're going to send him as well. The throw's coming in. Cut off. It's a 2-run triple for the network. That ball's hit high. It is hit far. It is gone. A 3-run home run by J.T. Walden. High fly ball. That's well hit to left field. Brum goes back. Still going back. Reaches up. That ball is out of here. Brennan Roselle, the Fighting Zebra alum, pounds one to left field. The Potters lead this one 12-3. And somehow he's got the flag too.
Potters fans, Potter up.
Hello and welcome to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California for another exciting night of Lincoln Potters baseball. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe alongside my partner, the great Stones McCoy, and tonight we bring you the second of a three-game weekend series between the Potters and the visiting Menlo Park Legends. Menlo Park put up a fight in Game 1 last night, but Lincoln used home runs from Aiden Isola and Ben Romano to key two big innings and grab a 16-6 win. Manager John Peters will send Sacramento State right-hander Tyler Stewart to the mound tonight as his Potters try to make it two in a row on Hispanic Heritage Night at McBean, and it's all here, starting with lineups and first pitch right after this short break on the Stones Radio Networks.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats, fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
And welcome to another Lincoln Potters Saturday night baseball game. It's going to be the Lincoln Potters against the Menlo Park Legends out from McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California, and it's really lovely tonight on Hispanic Heritage Night, a perfect night for baseball. Tyler Stewart taking his warm-up tosses for the Potters as we get ready for this one, the second game of a three-game series between the Potters and the Menlo Park Legends. Last night, a kind of a slugfest. It turned out Potters had 5 runs in one inning and 9 runs in the other. That propelled them to a 16-6 win in a game which saw 2 home runs from the Potters and 1 from the Legends. So the ball was flying out last night. Let's see what happens here tonight. Potters evening their record 3-3 on the season. The Legends dropped their first contest. They are now 2-1. The Legends will send up a lineup starting with Cooper Winton, the center fielder. Then Josh Quinn is the DH tonight. He bats second. Alex Tolbert, the first baseman, hitting third. Norris Artucci is the second baseman, batting in the cleanup spot. Anthony Nanez is at shortstop, batting fifth. Then Ryan Farr, the third baseman. Rowan Felch is at right field tonight and hitting in the 7th spot. Riley Ford in the lineup in left field, batting 8th in the catcher, and batting 9th is Ethan Payne for the Legends against Tyler Stewart and the Potters. Tyler Stewart, a right-hander out of Sac State, California State University of Sacramento. He's 0-0 on the season, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run. He struck out 6 and walked none, so a 2.25 ERA for Tyler Stewart. He was very impressive in his only appearance of the season. And here's Cooper Winton, 2 for 4 last night. He lines that one right down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to go all the way to the fence, chasing at Ben Romano, but rounding first, heading to second, and coasting in there easily. First pitch of the game, a double for Cooper Winton. Cooper now 3 for 5 in the series, and that is the first hit of the game on the first pitch of the game for the Legends. And here's Josh Quinn, 1 for 5 last night, but that one was a 2-run home run. And so subsequently he has 2 runs batted in. We will take a look at the Potters defense as soon as this pitch is thrown. So fans just getting settled in their seats. There's already a runner at second base. Stewart's next pitch is in there for a strike. Let's look at that defensive alignment for the Potters. Ben Romano in left, Jarrett Curtis in center. Brandon Springer is out in right. Trey Furry at third. Zach Chamiso at short. Cade Sanchez second. Aiden Isola first. Landon Weiss behind the plate. And Tyler Stewart on the mound. Next pitch is a breaking ball in there at the top of the strike zone. 0-2 on Josh Quinn. Josh, a couple strikeouts last night, a fly out, a ground out in that 2-run home run, which was very well hit in the 6th inning. 0-2 coming from Stewart. He checks Winton. Fastball, call, strike 3. So Quinn never really got a look at one as he was 1-2-3 called out on strikes, and he goes to talk to the on-deck hitter, who's Alex Tolbert. And Alex will come up to the plate here with 1 out and a runner at second base. Alex 1 for 3 last night with a run scored and a run batted in from Jamestown College. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Tyler Stewart's last fastball clocked up. Now, this is, according to our scientific system manned by our interns, but 93 miles an hour, so quite impressive. Runner bluffs. There's a pop-up. Second baseman Sanchez is going out. He's going to make the catch in short right field for the second out. And the cowbells are ringing already. So 2 outs. Winton still out on second base, and here's Noah Zertuch. He is the second baseman. Noah came on late in the game last night. In the 8th inning, it was 0 for 1, popped out to third base. So Noah hitting in the cleanup spot today. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Tyler Stewart. Another great-looking crowd out here and a great-looking night. That's fouled down the third baseline off the fence, 0-1. Potter's wearing some special Hispanic Heritage caps, which Stones has managed to get us a couple, and we will be showing those off as the night goes on. Just special Hispanic Heritage uniforms as well. And I think I would look really good in those. Fastball outside, and there is a jersey auction on the premises. So if you're not here and you want one of the jerseys, get down here. Still time. We're just in the top of the first. I mean, if you're in Dixon or something, maybe that's not the way to go. But if you're like around here, that one just misses the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike on Noah Zertuch. Anthony Nanez, the shortstop, on deck. Anthony played at second base last night. Moves over to shortstop. Winton gets bluffed back to second. Here's the 2-1 swing and a miss. 2-2. We mentioned Stewart, 6 strikeouts in his 4 innings so far this year. Gave up just the 1 hit and 1 run. That was in a 5-4 loss to the Knicks in Game 2, just inside for a ball on Saturday. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jones McCoy, unfortunately, fans who are familiar with the broadcast will know this is bad. He is tinkering again, and that means that there's going to be weird angles of stuff coming up on your screen. 3-2 pitch, lifted left side. It's foul ball out of play. I believe Romano's going to give chase. Cooper Winton was going on the pitch from second base, and he will have to go back to second base because that's the rule. You can't advance on a foul ball. Probably one of the first rules they put in, I think. Once they decided what foul balls were, and you can't go if it's a foul ball. We have a very enthusiastic cowbell contingent right down below us, and that's always great. 3-2 pitch coming up. Winton comes off. He goes again. The pitch is chopped very high in the air, but I think it's because it was off the foot of Noah Zertuch. So he will go back and try it again as we see a patron that's celebrating Hispanic Heritage Night by visiting Javi over there and getting some really good-looking tacos. Just tremendous. Muy Pueblito, I believe. Is that correct, Stones? Mi Pueblito Ranchero? Oh, you don't know. You're just making up words now and putting Ito on the end of it. They're going to throw back to second base, and just under the tag is Cooper Winton. as Zach Chamiso was covering. Well, everybody's getting it, so you better figure out how to say it because he's going to be sold out in a minute. Mi ranchito pueblito. Okay, I don't believe it, but okay. 3-2 pitches line. That's into center field for a base hit. Winton will score easily, and Zertuch has himself an RBI, and the Legends have themselves a 1-0 lead. Second hit of the inning, and the run across makes it 1-0 and brings up Anthony Nanez out of San Francisco State, and he was the guy who sparked all the Gator talk last night because San Francisco State's the Gators. I think they still are. And Stones was mortified when I told him my story that when I went to I don't know if it's the planetarium, I don't know what it's called, the aquarium over there, and the alligator had pennies all over it. It was, maybe I dreamed it. Anyway, Nanez up here with 2 outs. Zertuch getting a decent lead at first base. Fastball just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Winton started us off with a double, then a strikeout of Quinn and a pop-up by Tolbert. But Zertuch lines a base hit back through the middle, gets himself an RBI single, and the Legends are up 1-0. Stewart's pitches hit line drive down the right field line, foul. Hispanic Heritage Night tonight. Tomorrow, 1:05, first pitch for Military Appreciation Day, these same 2 teams. Those are always fun. Get someone out to present the colors and everything. Fantastic. Breaking ball misses for a ball. 2-1. I think Tyler got spoiled because his first 2 batters, everything he threw was called a strike, and he thinks it's going to be like that all the time. So Chu-Chow gets a lead again at first. Fastball misses outside. 3-1. Ryan Farr, the third baseman, on deck. Ryan had a couple hits last night. 2 for 3 with a run scored. Anthony Nanez was 1 for 4 last night. 3-1. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 3-2. We got the Lady Pumas softball team selling raffle tickets. There's a 3-2 pitch foul out of play, and they are very systematic in it. They're sending people into every quadrant of the stands and making sure somebody goes there, and then when they leave, somebody else goes over there. They have a military precision to the Lady Pumas. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the first. Fastball outside, ball 4. Good at bat by Nanez. He works it to 3-2, gets the base on balls, moves Zertuch down to second base, and brings Ryan Farr to the plate. Ryan out of Cal Lutheran was 2 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. A couple singles, was hit by a pitch. I think everybody in the game last night on both teams was hit by a pitch. I think there was a lot of that going around as Landon Weiss goes out to talk to Tyler Stewart. Got off to a rough start when his first pitch was sliced down the left field line for a double, but then he came back with 2 straight outs before Zertuch lined a single to center, and now he has walked Anthony Nanez and faces Ryan Farr with Rowan Felsch to follow. Farr at third base again tonight for the Legends. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Got a couple of geezers on the couch right underneath us. I say geezers lovingly because I'm a geezer. That's chopped foul to the right side. Geezers wear Hawaiian shirts and shorts, and they just munch on everything and start yelling. I invented geezerism. Yes, I'm the original geezer, the OG, if you will. I should drop a few bars. No, I'm not going to. I thought about that momentarily and knew that it was the wrong idea. Fastball, call, strike 3. That's the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Legends 1, Potters coming to bat.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the first out here at McBean Stadium. Legends lead it 1-0. Potters coming to bat. They'll start it off with Aiden Isola, the leadoff man. Then Zach Chamiso and Cade Sanchez, the first three. Batting fourth tonight, Brandon Springer, the right fielder. Then Ben Romano, the left fielder. Trey Furry, the third baseman, bats sixth. JT Maloney's our DH tonight. He's hitting seventh. Then Landon Weiss and Jarrett Curtis rounds it off, batting ninth. And, of course, Tyler Stewart out on the mound. Patrick Dixon, the right-hander, is on the mound for the Legends. And he will be facing that lineup that I just told you as we watch JP John Peters go out to third base. Great interview with Mike Marjama today, the coach. We will be talking to him sometime around the fifth inning for a special feature that we started off with the Stones McCoy Midday Report, and we've evolved it to something else based on Stones McCoy's own comments. And so we will be debuting that sometime in the fifth inning because I have no idea when. Here's Aiden Isola, 238 on the season, a home run that he got last night, and 4 runs batted in. Playing at first base today for the Potters. Dixon's pitch is lined into left field. That's a base hit. Right between third and short, and Isola gets himself a single, and he hits the ball. I would say it seems like he barrels it up like 70% of the time. He doesn't get cheated very often. Even his outs are loud. And that one was not an out. He's down at first, and here is Zach Chamiso. Zach looking for his first hit still as he just got here a couple of days ago. He has scored 3 runs, and he's driven in 2, even though he doesn't have a hit in his first 2 games. Left-hand hitting shortstop out of Lincoln High and Sierra College, headed to UC Riverside. Dixon's pitch is inside and kicked away by the catcher, Payne, and going down to second and tripping is Aiden Isola. That was a very odd look. It looked like he thought he was going to hit the base with his foot and missed it and then pulled up short. But he's at second base nonetheless. And Chamiso with a 1-ball, no-strike count. Beautiful day for baseball. Another great crowd out here Saturday night at McBean. Look out. That's going to hit him. And nobody ever listens when I say that, but he's going down to first base. So Chamiso gets on base again. Remember, he hasn't got a hit yet, but he has scored 3 runs already. So he's got on base several times. And here is Cade Sanchez. Cade just been excellent for the Potters so far this summer. 348 and 8 runs batted in to lead the team. He's out of Houston, Texas, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Sanchez playing at second base tonight. He's got runners at first and second, nobody out. That's outside from Patrick Dixon. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Dixon. That is in there for a strike. Right-hander Dixon against the right-handed hitter, Cade Sanchez. Brandon Springer is on deck in the cleanup spot today. Outside, and that ball gets away again. And moving up are Chamiso and Isola, so they are at second and third with nobody out here in the first. Legends scored 1 in their half. Potters threatening to do that and more here in the bottom of the inning. 2-1 on Cade Sanchez. Two-one coming up. That's chopped over the mound. Shortstop going to cut it off Nunez. No, he can't get it. It's into center field for a base hit. 1 run scored. The throw to the plate for the second runner. Head first slide. And Chamiso is in there with a second run. A 2-run single for Cade Sanchez. Potters lead 2-1, and Cade is now up to 10 runs batted in on the season. Big chopper. Thought that Nunez might have a chance at it. Crossed over. It got into center field. And then Chamiso running all the way with the head first slide. An excellent throw by Winchon from center field. But he is safe. And now the Potters take the lead. Breaking ball is high and outside to Brandon Springer. Levi Sotomayor was in the original lineup to bat fourth, but he was scratched about a half an hour before the game, and Brandon Springer inserted in his place. And he's up here now. 278 for Brandon. Out of William Jessup University. He's driven in 3 for the Potters. Cade Sanchez didn't hit it extra hard, but he found a perfect spot for it and got it through to center field. Springer takes low and outside. Short lead at first by Sanchez. That is also outside. Two balls, one strike on Brandon Springer. Playing out in right field for the Potters tonight. He takes that one right down the middle. 3-1, checks with his coach, JP, down to the third base coaching box, or third base manager's box, whichever you want to call it. Throw over to first base, and Sanchez is back easily. Alex Tolbert manning down to first base for the Legends tonight. Dixon to the plate. Springer takes outside, and that is ball 4. Sliding into second is Cade Sanchez, and an unnecessary display of exuberance. But I don't think he thought it was 3 balls, and so he figured he had to do that. And here comes our coach. Coach Motter is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. And we're going to step away for just a second. No, we're not going to step away for just a second because we want to show people. We're just going to have a little talk at the man. I'll let you, kind of eyeball it a little bit. A little cooler outside. I want you to keep the meetings down to a minimum if you can. And everybody says, it's not a bad idea. Let's all go back to the dugout. Okay, so here we go. Romano steps in. Ben is out of Mendham, New Jersey, 6'2", He is going to Tulane University, and he's up here now with runners at first and second. Still nobody out. He takes that one in there for a strike, 0-1. Romano followed by Trey Furry in the Potters order here today. Two hits for the Potters, 1 hit batter and 1 walk. Romano chops at that one and fouls it. Right in front of the plate, picked up by Ethan Payne, and it's 0-2 on Ben. 1 for 6 so far as a Potter. That one, a home run, drove in 2 runs. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. So Dixon gets a key strikeout, gets Romano 1-2-3, and that'll bring up Trey Furry, who's hitting at .217. For the Potters, a third baseman out of Folsom Lake College and Oklahoma Baptist. 6'2" and 190. He steps in with a couple runners on base and just 1 out now. He takes the fastball inside for a ball. This is a situation Trey Furry over the past 2 seasons has come through time and time again for the Potters, making him a crowd favorite, amongst other things. 1-0 coming from Patrick Dixon. Swing and a miss at the ball inside. 1-1. Saw something he thought he could drive on that one. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Trey. JT Maloney waits on deck. Potters wait to put a couple more runs across the board here in the first. That's outside. 2-1. Grassy Knoll filling up out there on Hispanic Heritage Night. That's outside again. I thought they should have a special badge for the Grassy Knoll people, you know, like they used to do at the thing at Candlestick Park or something. Take someone and give it to the Grassy Knoll people. They're good people. They're sturdy people is what they are. I'm sure they'll do that and then take credit for it now. 3-1 pitch coming up from Dixon. Furry takes, call strike 2. Thought it was a bit outside. The umpire politely disagreed, and we're going to a full count. I'm sure the people in the VIP section get something, you know. They should. I'm not saying they shouldn't. That's lined into left field. That's a base hit. It might be hit too hard to send the runner, and they're going to hold Cade Sanchez at third base. As Furry spanked that one to left field. Third hit of the inning for the Potters, and that loads the bases for JT Maloney. JT, the infielder from Sac City, playing DH tonight for the Potters. Taking a break after spending a lot of time in the field the first 6 games. 261, 3 runs batted in for JT, who, among other Sac City players like Levi Sotomayor, Aiden Isola, and others, have really made an impression on the Potters early in this 2023 season. Dixon from the stretch. Sails one inside for a ball. 1-0. Trey Furry, always being Trey Furry, is talking to Alex Tolbert at first base. They're having a nice chat over there. 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Nice stop by Ethan Payne, keeping Cade Sanchez at third base, where he stands now. Brandon Springer at second base, and Trey Furry over at first. .2-0 coming up to JT. Look out. That hit him in the helmet, I believe. And he looks none the worse for wear, so it's a painful RBI, but an RBI nonetheless as Cade Sanchez comes across the plate. JT picks up RBI number 4, not the way he had envisioned it, but he still picked it up, and JP wants to make sure JT is okay. So they're going to just take a minute as Mike Marjama goes out and smacks him on the helmet, which I don't know is the best way to treat a guy that just got hit in the head. I don't know. Maybe that's me. But JT seems fine. It was not a glancing blow by any means. So here's Landon Weiss. Landon out of William Jessup has been a pleasant surprise this summer. 357 with 4 runs batted in for Landon Weiss, and a tremendous job behind the plate. He takes that one inside for a ball. Potters lead at 3-1. Little shaved ice coming in underneath us after they're chasing the Mexican food with that strike on the inside corner. As those taco plates we were talking about, Stones, didn't last very long, and they were being passed back out empty. Yeah, they're gone. They're toast. Not literally, but they're gone. We knew that was going to happen. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, nicely done by Landon Weiss. That ball sails outside. So he's ahead in the count 2-1 as I watch the Lady Pumas plotting their next military maneuver over there to try to get money out of people's pockets. Weiss takes ball 3. It may be controversial, Stones, but why do we call them Lady Pumas? Why can't they just be Pumas? You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think that they deserve the title of Puma as much as anybody else. 3-1. Weiss takes on the corner, call strike 2. So full count, bases loaded, 1 out here. Jarrett Curtis, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. Potters have scored 3 times. 3 hits, 1 walk, and 2 hit by pitches. 3-2 coming up to Weiss. He takes it outside, ball 4. Landon picks up RBI number 5, and he had no doubt about that being a ball. Crossing the plate is Brendan Springer. Furry moves over to third. Over to second is JT Maloney, and here's Jarrett Curtis who's only hitting 155 so far for the Potters, but he has 5 runs scored, and we're going to have a pitching change, it looks like, so we're going to step away for just a second. We are in the top of the first. Potters lead 4-1.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Right-hander Danny Peters is the new pitcher for the Menlo Park Legends. So Patrick Dixon went in a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits and the 4 runs so far, and the runners that are on base are his responsibility. He's walked 4, and he actually walked 2 and hit 2 and struck out 1. Jarrett Curtis will be the first hitter, the center fielder out of Cypress, Texas, and Texas Tech University. The 9th batter for the Potters in this inning. They've gotten RBIs, 2 RBIs from Sanchez, 1 from Maloney, and 1 from Weiss for their 4 runs so far. Maloney's was a hit by pitch, and Weiss was a walk. And here's Jarrett Curtis. As I mentioned, 154, but he has got on base to the tune of scoring 5 runs on the season already. He's also stole 5 bases this year. Here's Peters. Fastball's hit sharply to the right of shortstop, over to second for 1. They're going to try double play, but Curtis beats it out at first, and the ball gets by the first baseman, and runner is going to score from second base for the Potters. So 2-run score for the Potters, and that is Trey Furry and J.T. Maloney. Weiss is cut down at second base. Curtis is at first on a fielder's choice, and he will get an RBI for that. So here's Aiden Isola for his second appearance of the day. And now we're going to have the umpires talking to each other as Nick White, the coach, came out to talk to the home plate umpire, maybe asking if there's possibly interference at second base from the runner coming into second. And it doesn't look like he's going to get any satisfaction, as Mr. Jagger once said. So that call is safe, according to Stones McCoy, the noted expert on all things safe and out. So an error on the throw allows Maloney to score. Curtis gets the RBI for Trey Furry, and it's now 6-1 for the Potters. Here's Isola, who singled his first time up this inning. That's a high fastball, and the throw back to first. The tag slapped on Curtis, but too late. So Aiden started it off with a base hit to left field. He later scored. Came in at 238, had that home run last night, and has driven in 4 runs. Check swing, did he go? They're going to ask him, and he did not go. So it's 2-0 on Aiden Isola. 2-0 pitch coming up. Curtis looks like he wants to take off. He doesn't. Aiden swings and misses, and he swung out of the shoes on that one. 2-1. Two balls, one strike. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Potters have scored 6 times. That's chopped out towards shortstop to the right of shortstop. It's going to be a tough play for Nenez throwing across the diamond. He's not going to get him. And Isola beats it out for his second hit of the inning. 4th hit for the Potters. A nice play by Anthony Nenez at shortstop. He did all he could do. Throw it across the diamond, tried to skip it to Alex Tobra, but just a little bit too late. And here comes Zach Chamiso. Hit by a pitch his first time up, and he scored. Chamiso hits one out towards second base. Picked up by Zertucci over to first for the out. So Potters score 6. We go to the top of the second. The Potters lead it 6-1.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the second inning, Tyler Stewart now has a 6-1 lead rather than a 1-0 deficit, and he'll face Rowan Felsch, Riley Ford, and Ethan Payne, the bottom third of the Legends order. As the Potters strike for 6 runs on 4 hits, aided by 2 walks and 2 hit batters. So here's Felsch. 0 for 4 last night, scored a run. He takes that one down low for a ball. Out of College of San Mateo, Rowan Felsch, left-handed hitter. Fastball's in there, strike one. 1-1. See, there they go, Stones. The Lady Pumas deploy another platoon over to that side. They're going to make $10 million tonight. Swing and a miss. Because they're relentless. Are the Lady Pumas the more relentless of the Puma family? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why they call them that. That's fouled back to the screen by Felsch. Stays alive, 1-2. Riley Ford, Ethan Payne, the next two in the lineup for the Menlo Park Legends. 2-1 after losing last night 16-6 out here at McBean. That's hit out of play right behind us. And, oh, Stones. Oh, man. One, 2 pitches hit sharply out towards second base. Sanchez on a hop over to first for the out. So Felsch is retired. Sanchez to Isola. And that'll bring up Riley Ford, the left fielder. Riley didn't get in the game last night, so he is making his debut appearance in Lincoln, California. And the fans are, well, I mean, they're not going crazy for Riley, but I mean, they could be. he's the dueling dog batter, so they will be going crazy in a negative way for Riley Ford, and he won't know why. Poor guy. First pitch is in there, 1/3 of the way to half off Dueling Dogs products. And I think Stones might have bought a stock in Dueling Dogs because he's very excited. That's in the dirt for a ball. I haven't seen him this excited. Well, I haven't seen him this excited. That's popped out of play, and we are 2/3 of the way toward Stones, going 50% off. The Dueling Dogs, but I thought I'd hear some barks or yaps or something by now. Willie, no, not from you, Stones. That was actually pretty good. That was really good. 1-2 pitch. Hit sharply back up the middle. To his right goes Sanchez. He backhands it on the run, throws to first, gets him by a step. That's Cade Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen, and that's 2 outs for the Potters here in the second. And Cade made that play like he had all the time in the world, and I think that was the key to making the play. He didn't rush it and made a fine throw running to his right. 2 outs, and here's Ethan Payne, the catcher. Also did not play in the game yesterday. I looked up Ethan Payne on the internet to see if I could get some stats. There's like 4 guys who could have been him, so I just chose not to take any of them. 0-1. I should have combined them all into one Ethan Payne. That's a great point, Stones. That's why you're the boss. That is in there for call strike 2. 0-2. That one is fouled out of play. 0-2. They're everywhere, Stones. They're ubiquitous. Pumas are badass. I can say that, and it's true. And who's following the Lady Pumas? Nolan wheeling a keg. And that is what baseball is all about here, ladies and gentlemen. That's outside for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second. That's chopped up, foul back to the screen. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the order, Cooper Winton on deck, and Cooper won the race for that foul ball. Tremendous job by Cooper. He outran one of the Potters pitchers. I think that was Woody Brennan. Woody, you got to get to that ball, man. Fastball, call, strike 3, outside corner. 1-2-3 for the Legends here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Potters lead it 6-1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
For a moment, fans, I thought history would be made. I thought maybe the peacock was indigenous to Mexico or something, and maybe on Hispanic Heritage Night, Piper would win the race. And until 2 steps to go, Piper was winning the race, and he was passed by 2 runners at the last moment. You probably saw it on the Stones cam, and you share my disappointment in Piper. He seemed like a good sport and everything, But, man, that had to really taste bitter when you have that win. You're coming down the home stretch, and at the last moment, whoosh, you're passed by one. Whoosh, you're passed by two. And all of a sudden, you're third-place Piper. It's just not the same thing. Danny Peters came on in the first. He is taking his warm-up tosses, but he had to wait while Piper took his picture with characters from the Hispanic Heritage Night who are strolling around the grounds here. So Danny shows good patience out there, I think, by waiting for that to get done, especially since Piper came in third. Cade Sanchez will lead us off, then Brandon Springer and Ben Romano in the second inning for the Potters. 6 runs on 4 hits and an error by the Legends for the Potters in the first. And here is Cade Sanchez, who bounced a 2-run single right back up the middle to push his total to 10 runs batted in. High fastball from Peters, 1-0. Aiden Isola, who led off the game today and had a 3-run homer last night. We had said he had 4 RBIs. He actually has 7. They forgot a little thing called a 3-run homer last night. Sanchez swings and misses at that one. Even in the count, 1 ball and a 1 strike. That one is down low for a ball. Two and one on Cade Sanchez. Peters delivers that one on the outside corner. Danny out of San Francisco State as well. Breaking ball is a slow chopper, going to be handled by Peters. No, he doesn't get it. The third baseman picks it, goes to first and not in time, and Sanchez has himself another infield hit. That was Ryan Farr who eventually got it as Peters looked like he was going to make a try for it. It was just too high for him, and Farr got it on the short hop, gunned it across the diamond, but Sanchez beats it out. His second hit of the game, 5th for the Potters, and here's Brandon Springer. Brandon a base on balls and scored a run back in the first inning. That one's hit high up in the air to short right center field. Coming on is Winton. He's not going to get it. It's going to drop in front of Cooper Winton, which is not easy to do, as we saw last night. And Springer has himself a base hit. 2 quick hits here for the Potters in the second, and brings up Ben Romano, who homered last night but struck out in his only appearance tonight. Ever get one of those text chains where there's like 30 messages waiting for you, but none of it has to do anything with you, and it's other people in the text chain, and you just like, leave me out of this? Ever happen to you, Stone? Lose my number, although it might not go over well with the misses, but that's okay too. Romano takes down low for a ball, 1-0 on Ben out of Mendham, New Jersey. That one misses down low and outside, so it's 2-0 on Ben Romano. Single by Sanchez, single by Springer so far here in the bottom of the second. 2-0 on Ben Romano. That is a little bit high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes on Romano. Ben 1 for 7 on the season with that home run. 3-0 pitch coming up from Danny Peters. A little bit outside, ball 4. Very close pitch. And that loads the bases with nobody out. And here comes Trey Furry, who had a sharp single to left field last time. So sharp that he wasn't able to score the run from second base because the ball got into Riley Ford's glove so fast in left field, he just returned it in and held the runner. Furry later scored in the inning, and he's up here for his second try. Bases loaded, nobody out. Furry hits it high up in the air to right field. Going back is Felsch, still going back. Now he stops right in front of the track. He makes the catch in right field. Tag at second, tag at third, and both runners will advance. It's a sacrifice fly as Cade Sanchez crosses the plate, and the Potters plate their 7th run of the day at RBI for Trey Furry. Moving up to third, good base running by Brandon Springer. Staying at first is Ben Romano, though, as that ball was hit well by Trey Ferry to right field. And here's JT Maloney, who got an RBI and being hit in the head last time, and I'm sure he would prefer that not to repeat itself. Right-hand hitting infielder, DHing today. He's out of Sac City College. There goes the runner. The throw by Ethan Payne to second base is going to be just a little too late. And sliding in at second is Ben Romano. Second and a stolen base of the season for Ben. And he puts himself in scoring position for JT Maloney. Springer still at third as he held fast on that one. Swing and a miss. Good fastball against JT Maloney. Just had a guy come up, holding a beer, older fellow like me, comes up halfway in the section and he goes, oh, wait, I'm in the wrong section. And he goes down and he's over there. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I've done that a million times. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-2 on JT Maloney. Now he's over there going, I don't know. I got turned around, got a beer. Didn't spill any of the beer, though, so that's okay. He's got nice seats over there. His buddy's all skeptical of him. Where you been? 1-2 pitch holds up on that one. Nice breaking ball, but it misses outside, and JT is even in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out here in the second. Potters have scored once. Runners at second and third. And Maloney at the plate. He has 4 runs batted in on the season. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Peters throws it by him to get the second out of the inning, and Peters' first strikeout. And here is Landon Weiss, who walked and drove in a run back in the first inning. That's his 5th run batted in the season, and he's hitting at a .357 clip. The catcher out of William Jessup. Coming out of El Dorado Hills, California. Now 2 outs, though, here in the second. Weiss takes that one on the outside corner. That's 0-1. So Peters starting to zero in on that strike zone. He gets ahead 0-1 on Landon Weiss. Jarrett Curtis to follow in the number 9 spot today. Weiss takes that one. It's in there for a strike. 0-2. So Peters bearing his pitches, bearing his speeds, looking a lot sharper as time goes on here. The right-hander out of San Francisco State. Check swing, and it's low. Nice block by Ethan Payne, keeping that one from going back to the backstop. Springer at third, Romano at second. Weiss takes that one outside, a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Patrick Dixon threw 27 pitches before exiting in the first inning. Peters now going to throw number 25 on the next pitch. That one is a call, strike 3 off-speed pitch. So good pitch by Peters. He strikes at the last 2 batters he faces, but the Potters put 1 more up on the board. We go to the third. Potters 7, Legends 1.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful, wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the third on Hispanic Heritage Night out at McBean Stadium. Potters paying back their fans for showing up. They lead at 7-1. Tyler Stewart out to work his third inning. He'll go with Cooper Winton, Josh Quinn, and Alex Tobert, the top three in the order for the Legends. Cooper Winton a double on the first pitch of the game. He later scored on a single by Noah Zertuch. Left-hand hitting center fielder. First pitch is swung on and missed this time. So trying to duplicate it, but couldn't get it. 0-1. That one is on the inside corner, call strike 2. Cooper Winton out of Merced College. Left-handed hitter. Stewart's pitch is inside. 1-2. Foul ball down the left field line. This guy in front of me is trying to talk to people into going home. What is going on with this guy? He said, I'll probably get ready to go soon. She's like, hey, I'll see you later. That's chopped out towards shortstop. Nice play by Chamiso. He's going to have to hurry to get Winton, and he does at first base. So Jack Chamiso throws out Cooper Winton for the first out of the inning. Here's Josh Quinn, who struck out looking his first time up on 3 pitches that he didn't know where they were. He was looking at the umpire quizzically on each one of them. So he could be ready to go. We saw what he can do last night as he hit a 2-run home run in the 6th inning for the Legends. He's the DH for Menlo Park in this one. And he chops that one out of play, foul to the right side. Josh played last night at shortstop for the Legends. He's got an 0-1 count. Legends wearing the dark jerseys with green lettering, gray pants. Looking good. That's a high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Potters, of course, in their Hispanic Heritage uniforms. Got a little white, got a little blue, got a little orange on them. Looking sharp. Got some good-looking hats, too. Quinn swings and misses at the fastball from Stewart, 1-2. Tyler has struck out 3 so far in 2 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits and the 1 run in the first inning. That's popped up. Is he going to stay in play? I don't think so. Weiss gives chase. And Isola gives it kind of a look. He didn't really give chase. He kind of gave it a look and went, I don't think so. Oh, man, that's a good look at that. Look at that right there. Oh, there's your hat. Oh, Stones McCoy is showing everyone the Hispanic Heritage Night hat. Tremendous job. That's a little inset thing. I love that little inset thing. That's lined right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Quinn met that one with equal force and drove it right back up the middle. He is on with 1 out, and here's Alex Tobert, who popped out to second his first time up. When you were doing that, Stones, I was just watching somebody go by with the ice cream and the batting helmet thing, and it looked like he had a double scoop. It looked really good. But then I'm glad you did your thing with the hat, too. I mean, that was cool. But, I mean, that was ice cream. Leatherby's, I think. Breaking balls hit down the third baseline foul. Trey Furry tries to nab it, but he cannot. But it doesn't matter since it is a foul ball. As we've already discussed, you cannot advance on a foul ball. Yep, new thing this year. It's one of the rules baseball made to speed the game up. Absolutely crazy. Quinn at first and 1 out. Tobert out of Jamestown College. Stewart, fastball is in there for a strike. Good-looking pitch by Tyler Stewart. He's quickly ahead of Alex Tobert. 0-2. Parking Lot Potters outdid themselves tonight. Stones will come on in a couple of minutes and tell us about the menu. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Stewart just overpowering Tolbert for the second out of the game. The 4th strikeout for Tyler Stewart, and here's Noah Zertucci, lined one back into center field his first time up, picked up an RBI for himself. Willie says Zertucci, I say Zertucci, so one of us is right. And so, I mean, there you go. Why you got to look at it that way, Stones? Why you got to look at it that way? Fastball is in there for a call strike. 0-1 on Noah. Anthony Nanez is on deck, the shortstop tonight. Noah Zertucci is at second base. That is also in there for a call strike. I would say to listen and watch Lincoln Potters on the road with Stones McCoy when he covers the team on the road next week, but I'm not going to because he's making me really mad. 0-2. No, don't do it anyway. I'm mad. That's popped out of play. I mean, I'll get over being mad and I'll say go do it, but right now, no. I'm going to stick the Lady Pumas on you. You will rue the day you were born, my friend. 0-2, 2 outs. Quinn down at first base. He had the single in the inning. Runner goes, pitches, all strike 3 inside corner. So it's all moot at second base, as they say. They called him safe, and he's going to stay out there, but I don't really care. So Tucci's called out on strikes on the inside fastball. We go to the bottom of the third. Potters 7, Legends 1.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Bottom of the third from McBean Stadium. It's Jarrett Curtis in the top of the order. Aiden Isola and Zach Chamiso off of Danny Peters, who came on in the first inning, closed that inning out, worked through the second, gave up a run on 2 hits. He has 2 strikeouts. Struck out the last 2 hitters he faced. And now he's got Jarrett Curtis, who had an RBI fielder's choice back in the first inning. Takes that one in there for a strike. 0-1. Stones, after this batter, you're going to be called on for a menu report. Okay, if you're done eating, that is. Curtis fouls that one back to the screen. I always forgot that's a consideration. At any time, it's like it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Stones is eating somewhere in a parallel universe or something, like it's Spider-Man or whoever. Across the parallel universes, Stones in one of those universes is eating. Always eating. Swing and a miss, and Curtis is down on strikes. So third straight strikeout for Danny Peters brings up Aiden Isola, who's got a couple of hits in this one. And Stones, I threatened you, so now you got to come through.
Yep.
Parking Lot Potters have taken a couple of days off, but they really came through today.
Barbecue baked beans with bacon.
Yeah.
Some kind of salad it's always good. I don't even know what kind of salad it is, but it's so good. And then tri-tip, smoked tri-tip on I don't even know what kind of bread this is, but this is just tremendous bread. It's beautiful. Ciabatta.
Ciabatta bread. Oh, the PLP's doing it. And some little cookie that I think you gave away or something. Somebody stole it or something. Or some little, raisin cookie or rose cookie or something. I don't know. But the rest of it is amazing. Isola takes the first pitch outside. Well, Stones was talking about his food. There's a breaking ball. It looked pretty good, but it's inside for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes as the gentleman comes up here to assault us, and he's got a tremendous-looking jersey on. He's just going to give us a phone. I like that. Swing and a miss by Aiden Isola. It's 2-1. So one of my geezer friends on the couch dropped his phone when he left. And the phone has been claimed by cooler heads prevailing. I like to see that. They're the ones who didn't want to leave because the other ones wanted to go home. Fastball on the outside corner. That evens the count at 2-2. So Peters has found his groove out there. He struck out 3 straight Potters, and he's 2-2 on Aiden Isola. And he has thrown 30 pitches so far in this one. That's in the dirt. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's high, ball 4. So Isola reaches for the 3rd time today. 2 hits and a walk, and he is at first with 1 out, and Zach Chamiso coming to the plate. Zach's been hit by a pitch and grounded to second base, so he is 0 for 1. Looking for that first hit of the summer. Scored his 4th run of the year already, though, back in the first inning. He also has 2 runs batted in. So Isola leads over at first. Alex Tolbert holding him on over there. Peters pitch outside for a ball to Zach Chamiso out of Lincoln High School, the Fighting Zebras, Sierra College Wolverines, and headed to UC Riverside. I do not know their name. I will find that out. That's something I should have figured out a long time ago. Jones would look it up, but he's got all that food still in front of him. Foul ball by Zach. It's not that he's got the food still. He's eating the food. He's just moving a little bit too slow right now. 1-1. You've yet to prove that, my young friend. You cannot engineer and eat at the same time. You're always eating. One pitch is down low for a ball to Zach. 2-1. Cade Sanchez on deck for the Potters. He's got a couple of knocks already today to improve on that 348 average he had coming in. He's already added 2 RBI to the 8 he had coming in, so he leads the team with 10. Peters taking his time. Here's the pick to Chamiso. Inside, rolls away from Ethan Payne, not far enough for Aiden Isola to take off. So now it's 3-1, and Zach Chamiso looking for his pitch to hit on the 3-1 here from Danny Peters. Pretty much straight away in the outfield. Cooper Winton slightly into right center field against the left-handed Chamiso, who pops that one up to the left side, left field. Ford coming over toward the line and reaches up and makes the catch. A nice running catch by Riley Ford out in left field. Chamiso is retired for the 2nd out of the 3rd inning, and here's Cade Sanchez, who singled and scored in the 1st and singled and scored in the 2nd. As we said, 348 coming in with 8 runs batted in. He picked up 2 in the 1st inning. So Cade steps in here out of Houston, Texas. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, his college of choice. He's got a runner at first base and 2 outs. Peters delivers popped up right side. Going to be a long run for everybody. Sertuch coming over from second base into foul territory and makes the catch for the out. Tough time going over the bullpen mound there, but Sertuch with a very fine catch. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the 4th. Potters 7-1.
Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design.
Anthony Nanez, the first hitter in the top of the fourth for the Legends. He's followed by Ryan Farr and Rowan Felsh against Tyler Stewart. Fouled off by Nanez. He was walked in the first inning. 1 for 4 in yesterday's game out of San Francisco State. Playing at shortstop tonight for Menlo Park after playing last night at second base. That's fouled out of play. Stones, I always like when an older gentleman or lady comes walking up with shaved ice, because you know they call it a snow cone, because that's what we called it back in the day. Nobody says shaved ice. It's a snow cone. You got it when the game was over in Little League. Go get a snow cone. Inside for a ball. And, of course, the favorite kind of snow cone was that you put all the flavors in there. Swing and a miss. Stewart gets him on strikes. 3 straight strikeouts for Tyler Stewart. 6th of the game for him, and Ryan Farr coming to the plate. He took a call, third strike back in the first inning after going 2 for 3 in last night's game for the third baseman out of Cal Lutheran. He steps in here in the top of the fourth with 1 out. Check swing, I think he went around. I'm going to call it a strike. They go ask the umpire at first. No, he didn't even ask him. He was just making a cool strike call. I thought he was asking first base umpire. Time is called as I get my bearings and look around and see that it's another fantastic crowd out here tonight at McBean Stadium. That is in there for a strike. 0-2 quickly to Ryan Farr. That is in their call, strike 3. So Far out on strikes for the second time, and Tyler Stewart evidently doesn't realize what the Dueling Dogs batter is, because he's striking everybody else out except the Dueling Dogs batter. And we'll come back to that in a couple of minutes, but right now it's Rowan Felsh, the right fielder, who grounded out to second his first time up. 7 strikeouts now for Stewart, who had 6 strikeouts in his previous 4 innings. First one is down low for a ball. A little bit of activity, it looks like, in the Potters bullpen. Fastball is inside again. Talked to Brock Raggett yesterday before the game, and he mentioned that the starters, especially early in the summer, sometimes getting them 4 innings is just perfect. It's 57 pitches right now for Tyler. Swinging a foul into the catcher's glove. 2 balls and 1 strike. Stone, sometimes you're a little bit too giddy for me. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Your guy's down in front holding court down there. Martine, right? He's a good dude. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, strikes out the side, 5 in a row for Tyler Stewart. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Potters with a big lead.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport. Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Are you watching the same contest I am? Number 28, I thought, did a tremendous job. Oh, wait a minute. One of the contestants, she can't start doing calisthenics and cartwheels and everything before the vote is in. I'll tell you, I gave Lindsay a bad time today. I said she's got to step it up in the air guitar, and she certainly stepped it up tonight. Tremendous work over there by our air guitarists as we get ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. Brendan Springer, Ben Romano, and Trey Furry, the first three hitters against Danny Peters. Springer has walked and singled in this one. A late addition to the lineup as Levi Sotomayor was scratched about a half hour before we started here at McBean Stadium. So here's Brandon, 278 coming in. Picked up a hit back in the second inning. Up here against Danny Peters. I have to see how the fact that Dixon only lasted a third of an inning impacts the rotation for Coach Nick White and the Legends. He said last night before the game to me he's going to try to get his guys 3 innings at a time tonight. A line drive by Springer is going to stay up. No, it doesn't. It goes down in front of left fielder Riley Ford, and Springer has his second hit of the night. Well hit ball by Brandon. Hit number 7 for the Potters, and here comes Ben Romano. So we'll see, because this will be technically 3 2/3 innings if Danny Peters finishes this inning, as he took over with just 1 out in the first inning. So here's Romano, struck out and walked. Chops that one back up the middle. Shortstop jumps up, handles it, flips to second for the force play. Nice play by Nunez out there at shortstop. Looked like he might have a chance to get that one and step on the bag himself, but it took him well into center field, the big hop. But he made the play, and Romano will go down to first base. And he's down there with 1 out, and here's Trey Furry, a single and scored in the first and a sacrifice fly in the second for Trey. So he is 1 for 1 with a run scored and a run driven in. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1 to Trey Furry. He's followed by J.T. Maloney in the Potters order today. Throw over to first base, and Romano is back in. Ben stole the bag when he was on first base back in the second inning after getting a walk. Peters comes set. 0-1 coming up. High breaking ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow, Military Appreciation Day. First pitch is 1:05. It's the Potters against the Legends to conclude the 3-game series. And the Potters have Monday off. Then they're on the road to Sonoma on Tuesday. Stones McCoy takes the Stones Radio Networks on the road and brings you that one. We're back here on Wednesday to take on the Stompers. And hopefully I'll be invited back in for that Wednesday game. Furry fouls that one back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Almost knocks the cup out of the cup holder for the fan right behind home plate, which is a tremendous vantage point up there. But they weather the storm and everything's fine. 1-2 on Trey Furry. Romano creeps off from first base. Reaches out and pokes it into center field. It's down in front of Winton for another base hit. So Furry, with his second hit of the day, just reaches out and pokes that one into center field. He's on base again. Moving to second is Ben Romano. hit number 8 for the Potters. And here's J.T. Maloney, who has been hit by a pitch and struck out. So he is 0 for 1 on this one. He had a bases loaded hit by a pitch, so he does have a run batted in. His 4th of the summer. Out of Sac City College. Played third, played second, played short, and today he is the DH for the Potters. That's high fastball. 1-0. VIP area looks very chill down there in the kiln. Enjoying the ball game. It's hit sharply to shortstop, handled by Nenez to second base for 1. They're going to go back to first and get the double play. 6-4-3 for the Legends, and after 4, the Potters maintain the lead at 7-1. 1 hit in that inning by Furry, 1 hit in that inning by Springer, but it's erased by the double play from J.T. Maloney. Nenez to Zertuch over to Alex Tolbert, and we are going to go into the 5th inning with the Potters. 7-1 lead. Potters looking to make their record 4-3 on the season. They got up to a good start. They won their first game and then lost the next 3, and they've won the last 2 to even it up. And I think we're going to get a new pitcher in this inning for the Potters. Going to check my information sheet here. I think it might be Levi Sotomayor. Oh, it's going to be Gabe Maya. So let's check that and make sure, because I thought it was Levi. But we will. So number 18, Gabe Maya is the new pitcher. Gabe with a 1-1 record for the Potters. And he will come on in relief of Tyler Stewart, who was just sensational in his time in there. Another good 4-inning outing by Tyler Stewart. 4 innings, this time 3 hits and 1 run. He didn't, let's see, I think he walked 1. Yes, he walked 1 and struck out 8. So another great outing. So that makes Stewart 8 innings pitched so far this year, 4 hits, 2 runs, and 14 strikeouts. So Riley Ford will be the first hitter against Gabe Maya. The left-hander out of headed to Loyola Marymount. Comes to us from El Dorado Hills, California. So we said a 1-1 record on the season. Mentioning the upcoming games tomorrow, as you said, the Legends at 1:05. Then Stones and the crew are on the road on Tuesday for the Stompers. Wednesday we're back here for the Stompers. Then join Stones again on Thursday as he goes back to Sonoma. Hopefully he keeps his reservations and stuff. Goes back to Sonoma and takes on the Stompers. And then the West Coast Kings come to town for a single on Friday. And then Saturday the Stompers. And then on Sunday, taking it on the road for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. That will be a tremendous one right there. And also tomorrow, Military Sunday. 1:05 first pitch against the Menlo Park Legends. Military and family get in free with ID. Ice-cold sliced beer on tap. But there is a limited supply of sliced beer because I don't think there's a limited supply in the world. And we can only get 1 keg diverted here to McBean Stadium. Here's Riley Ford against Gabe Maya. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Riley Ford. Ford takes low for a ball. 2-0. Seven to 1 in favor of the Potters. We're in the 5th. That's it sharply back up the middle. Chamiso's going to get it, turn, and throw to first, but it's going to bring the first baseman off. No harm, no foul, though, as Ford has to stay at first base. So Riley Ford gets an infield hit. Chamiso runs it down and tried to make a spinning, pirouetting throw, but even if it was on line, probably would not have got Riley Ford. So that's a base hit. 4th hit for the Legends, and here is Ethan Payne. Ethan Payne, our Dueling Dogs batter. Tyler Stewart had struck out 5 straight batters, and so it was getting close to the Dueling Dogs batter, so they took him out because they didn't want to make it too easy. So now it's Ethan Payne who struck out looking back in the second. He takes high for a ball. Top of the order, Cooper Winton on deck. And the dogs are out and they're barking. That's fouled back to the screen by Ethan Payne. 0-1. I should have worked up that composite Ethan Payne based on the 4 guys that I found on the internet. But I got to let this guy. He's got to be his own self. He's got to be an individual. Throw over to first base and the runner is back. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ethan Payne. Bounce houses. Oh man, that thing is rocking today. As kids just pile in there. Hope there's a monitor over there. Outside with a fastball. I mean, they're just going willy-nilly in there, coming out, diving back in. The place has just moved. This is rocking, don't bother knocking. I don't know what they'd say. Craziness over there. Chaos, some might say. 2-1 pitch coming up. It is in there. Drops it in there for a strike. 2-2. Lady Pumas prowling the aisles, trying to get sell raffle tickets, it seems like, for the 50-50. I would think 50-50s are very lucrative here at McBean Stadium. 2-2 pitch, and he fouls it down the third base line on a breaking ball that was coming in on Ethan Payne, and he turned on it, fouled it over by his own dugout. So it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's some sort of dog, I think, or else Willie is really injured. And either one of those is concerning to me. That's it. Up to second base, Sanchez. Nice stab by Sanchez to second for 1 to first. Double play. What a play by the Potters middle infielders. Sanchez goes down a knee and backhands it on a big hop. Flips it to Chamiso over to first. Double play. So it's not a strikeout, but it's pretty good, a double play. As Sanchez, sterling defensive play. And we go 2 outs back to the top of the order. Cooper Winton, the hitter. Cooper has doubled and grounded to short in this one, so he is 1 for 2. 2 for 4 yesterday with a run batted in for Cooper Winton out of Merced College. Left-hand hitting center fielder. It's a sharp, slow grounder out to Sanchez at second, and Cade dispatches of him at first. 1, 2, 3 in a sense for the Legends in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters 7, Legends 1.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on.
After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable. She knows. She asks a lot of questions. She gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join us.
Bottom of the 5th, fly ball by Landon Weiss to right field, coming in and making the catch for the first out. So quickly, 1 pitch and 1 out. Landon Weiss flies out, and Jarrett Curtis will be the hitter. And we're going to take a second here. We are lucky enough to have access to one of the great baseball minds in the CCL, Mike Marjama, the coach of the Lincoln Potters. And we have Mike on the line right now. Mike, can you hear me? Mr. Mike Marjama? Well, that is, I don't have him. And Jared Curtis says, why don't I just lace a line drive out to left field all the way to the fence, and that'll take care of your embarrassment, sir. And he does that, and here's Curtis motoring into second base with a double. So we're working on establishing connection to our Minute with Mike segment, which we are starting today, hopefully. And we do have Curtis at second base with one out. Hit number 9 for the Potters. Here is Aiden Isola. 2 singles and a walk for Aiden Isola today. Danny Peters still in the game for the Legends. He came on with 1 out in the first inning and finished the first, second, third, and fourth, and now is in the 5th inning. Isola waits for the 1-0 from Danny Peters. That is in the dirt, 2-0. Nice stop by Ethan Payne. As Stones McCoy deploys one of the invaluable interns here at McBean Stadium under the employ of the Lincoln Potters. He was formerly our number 1 ranked intern. He slipped to number 2, so I hope he gets it back to number 1. That is high and inside. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Make that 3 balls, no strikes. Three and 0. Isola waiting at the plate. Inside, it might have hit him. And Isola's on for the 4th time today. His second walk would go with 2 hits. We've got runners now on first and second and 1 out. And Zach Chamiso coming to the plate. Out of Lincoln High School and Sierra College, made it to the Final 4 of the Community College playoffs this year in the state of California. Zach Chamiso, he has been hit by a pitch, grounded out, and flied out. There goes Curtis. The pitch is a strike, and their throw is going to be made to either base. It's a very nifty double steal pulled off by the Potters. Curtis' 6th stolen base for Jarek. And we are, again, establishing contact. Mike Marjama, are you on the other end? Hello, sir. And a meeting at the mound as they're going to see if they can make contact with Mike as well out there. And while we have a second here, and while we see the pitching coach go out, our fan of the day around the country, Larry and Nancy Motter from Lebanon, Oregon, who are watching out there and watching their son go out there and talk to the pitcher right now. And we are shouting them out for checking us out on the YouTube as we bring you Menlo Park Legends baseball as well as Lincoln Potters baseball in this instant. Umpire goes out because he always wants to be part of the conversation. As Coach Motter is talking to Danny Peters, as we said, has been in there a little bit over the 3 innings mark that Nick White talked about the other day before the game last night, and Danny will stay out there as the conversation has been concluded. And here's Chamiso. Cade Sanchez on deck for the Potters. I believe it's no balls and 1 strike. Chamiso swings and misses at a fastball by Danny Peters. So it is 0-2 as flashed up by the umpire, who knew a little bit of confusion. So he thought, why don't I just put the count up and
taking it pitch by pitch right here. Look at, Chamiso, a little frustrated at the plate so far today, but, we just addressed the thing right here, and he's having a great at-bat. So, for them, it's just, pitch by pitch. We try not to care about the scoreboard too much. It's just winning each pitch.
Well, I know we were trying to establish contact with you, but while we did, Jarek Curtis probably had his best swing of the day or his best swing of the summer with that double down the left field line.
Man, look how explosive that guy is. How can you not want to come? Look at this right here, boys. Look at this right here. Look at this right here.
did not get it.
Come on, Zach.
Line drive, 1 run scores. Here comes the second run, and Zach Chamizo is on the board this season with his first hit of the season. A 2-run double, and the Potters extend their lead to 9-1. Good job,
sorry.
Coach.
Hey, Phantom, I'm sorry, man. I just had to yell right there for a quick second. But
That's okay. You got the first hit of the summer. That's what you got to do.
Hey, that's what it's about. I tell you what, though, that right there just sums up this team right now. Watch these guys having fun. These guys enjoying the game right now. Look at Chamizo right there. Struggles a few at bats right there. Stays on a ball, works on something. Look at him. He's fist pumping over here looking at me. I mean, little adjustments like that. I mean, how can you not like it?
Well, I mean, 9-1 now, and we're going to have a pitching change for the Legends. But, Mike, while we got you, let's stick with you. We saw Jarrett Curtis take off. He's got 6 stolen bases. What are you guys' theory as far as guys have green lights to go whenever they want, or do you guys have set signals to tell them to steal, or are there certain guys who just go?
What we're trying to do is we want to give them a little bit more of the reins. So a lot of that's going to be in early work where we're going to be teaching, but also in the middle of the game is situations, right? Like maybe 2 outs. Jarrett's a guy that he had like the fastest 60 time, right, of like anybody in the country. We don't need him to steal third. We need him. He's already in scoring position. Shoot, he's probably in scoring position at first base, right? So like we need to let the game come to us sometimes. But overall on our team, we're reading situations. Stealing base is a simple math, right? So if the catcher throws down at, let's just say 2-0, so 2 flat to second base, and the pitcher is 1.5 seconds to home plate, let's just do simple math, that's 3.5. So if you can get from first base to second base in under 3.5, let's go. So that's how we use it.
Let's center. We're talking about Jarrett, Mike. Let's center on him. Obviously, he has great speed, so the key consideration is getting him to first base, right? So how are you guys working with him?
Yeah, so he didn't have many at bats this year, right? So to start the year with a lot of these guys, I'm not going to mess with them too much, right? We got guys at all over the country: SEC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12. I'm not going to mess with these guys too much. If they want some insights, but if you have 10, 20 at bats on the year. They need some at-bats, and then let's start seeing how things progress. So, we're just watching, seeing if we see something, we might tinker something small, but we don't need big swing overhauls. These guys are incredible athletes. They're great players. We want them to embrace what they do well and lean into that, just kind of like Stu did on the mound tonight.
The guy coming up next for you, Mike Cade Sanchez, has been, I know he came in pretty heralded, but he has got to be a surprise. He's out of the gate tremendously, way over 350 now, and leading the team in runs batted in.
I'll tell you what, his approach and his ability to command the strike zone, he doesn't get flustered. Look how even he is when he gets to the plate. He's got a big league approach, guys. He's just, the way he walks to the plate, it's just, he's a fun guy to watch. And some of these plays he's making out in the field, goodness gracious. I keep joking with him. I said, man, we got a Latino out there. This is like playing with some of Willie Adames and some of these guys I played with in pro ball. So, it's a big league guy out there in the field, too.
Mike, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We're going to talk to you every night in the 5th inning if that works for you, and we thank you very much.
You know it. Love it, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game, fans.
You got it. Mike Marjama, the coach of the Potters, assistant head coach of the Potters, giving us the bird's eye view from the dugout and giving you a lot of information. That guy is enthusiastic about baseball. You got to love it. And if you're listening and you're a parent that has kids who play ball, you send your guy to a team with a guy like that, it's going to be a positive experience. So thank you, Mike Marjama. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. And the new pitcher is it's Jake Ruiz for the Legends. The right-hander comes in relief of Peters. He's got runner at second base, and that's Chamizo, who doubled. Nice diving try by Riley Ford in left field on that double, but couldn't make the play. That's a line drive into center field. The wind end comes on. He's not going to be able to get it. It's a single into center field by Cade Sanchez. Just talking about him, he's got his 3rd hit of the game. Chamizo could only move to 3rd as that ball looked like Winton might be able to come and get it, but he couldn't. And it's 2 hits in a row, a double and a single, 1st and 3rd. Still just 1 out, and here is Brandon Springer, who has himself a couple of hits in this one. And a base on ball, scored back in the 1st inning. Big right-hand hitting right fielder out of William Jessup University. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Potters have scored twice, and it's 9-1. Springer takes the fastball. Good-looking pitch from Ruiz on the outside corner for a strike. short lead at first by Sanchez. That one's lifted down the right field line out of play by Brandon Springer. So it's 0-2 on the Potters right fielder. Ben Romano is on deck, and then Trey Furry. Trey Furry would love it if he was up next, but he is not. That's it, grounded to third. They're going to go to second for one and try to go to first for the double play, and did not get it. Springer beats it out and gets himself an RBI. In the process, is crossing the plate is Zach Chamiso. So a fine play by Farr, goes to second. So Zartucci over to first, but Springer just beats it out. It's a fielder's choice and a run batted in. Sanchez is off the base pass. 1 run scores. Potters have scored 3 times now in the inning. They lead at 10-1. And here is Ben Romano, who struck out, walked in into a fielder's choice. Fastball, good-looking pitch on the outside corner for a strike to Ben. At a Tulane University, Mendham, New Jersey, which is way over on the other side of the country. So, Ben, thanks for coming over to this side of the country. We think it's the good side. Sharp ground ball out towards second base. A big hop, and it's going to get into center field. That's going to be a bad hop base hit for Ben Romano. He is at first base. Moving to second is Springer. And that'll bring up Trey Furry, who has a couple hits tonight. He singled and scored back in the first, hit a sacrifice fly in the second, and then hit another single up the middle in the fourth. So Trey is 2 for 2. He came in at 217, but he's picking that up. I think he started slowly last year as well and really put it on later. So Trey playing at third base today for the Potters. That's high for a ball from Jake Ruiz, the third pitcher. Patrick Dixon started, then Danny Peters, and now Jake Ruiz. That's outside for a ball. 2-0 on Trey Furry. Takes that one down the dirt. 3-0. 3 very easy takes for Trey Furry. JT Maloney to follow. Got to give all the credit for our new segment, A Minute with Mike, to Stones McCoy, who conceived it, came up with it, engineered it, fixed it, engineered it again, fixed it, engineered it again, and it was fantastic. High for ball 4. That'll load the bases for the Potters and bring up JT Maloney, who has been hit by a pitch, struck out into a double play, so he is 0 for 2, and this one does have an RBI. So JT's up here with the bases loaded. There are 2 outs here in the inning. Ruiz's first pitch is in there for a strike. He throws it. That first pitch strike on that corner just about every time. 0-1 on JT. Lady Pumas haven't lost under their vigor, Stones. They are still patrolling. They're patrolling the stands like it's a military operation. That one is just a little bit outside for a ball. They would be better on Military Appreciation Day because that's the way they conduct themselves. I would not like to play against that team. Whether they're softball, soccer, I don't care. They're in 2x2 formation. They just know their job, and they're out there to do it. 1-1 pitch is outside low for a ball, 2-1. Piper's even just standing there dazed as the Pumas just go by him and just spin him around as they walk by. Piper's talking to Dylan, the intern. Oh, he's from Tennessee. Come on, Piper, what are you doing? That's in there for a strike. Schooling me about Tennessee football and Tennessee baseball. Yeah, there's no volunteers in this building, Piper. Get out of there. 2-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the 5th. Maloney swings and fouls it off. Payne can't hold on to it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't think it was actually in Payne's glove. I think it might hit off his shin guard. So it's 2-2. Maloney lines one into center field. That's a base hit. Here comes a run scoring. Second one around third. The throw to the plate's going to be too late. 2-run single for J.T. Maloney. And the Potters are up 12-1. Springer scores and Romano comes around to score. Furry stays at second base. JT comes through and he's got 3 RBIs in the game tonight. That brings up Landon Weiss, who started the inning. That one's in there for a strike. Landon has walked, struck out, and flied to right. So he is 0 for 2, does have a run batted in. Outside for a ball, evens the count up at 1. Jarrett Curtis, we were talking with Mike Marjama about Jarrett Curtis. He is on deck. That sails high from Jake Ruiz. 2-1. Patrick Dixon went the first third of an inning. Then Danny Peters came in to finish the first, went through the second, third, and the fourth, and into the fifth, but he has been relieved by Jake Ruiz. 2-1 pitch is down low, 3-1. (3-1) from Ruiz. Popped out of play by Landon Weiss. 3-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the fifth. Swung on and missed. So Weiss strikes out, 5 runs, 5 hits. We go to the 6th. Potters 12, Legends 1.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Top of the 6th, the big news. Piper put on the jersey for Hispanic Heritage Day, and now they're auctioning off the Piper jersey. So that is fine. I think that's tremendous. And Piper him and Stones' friend Martine are just cutting a rug behind home plate. The dance contest. I don't even think this is the inning for the dance contest. They're just dancing. Top of the 6th, Josh Quinn will start us off against Gabe Maya, who came on in the 5th inning, gave up a base hit, but then a tremendous double play started by Cade Sanchez. And a ground out. No further damage inflicted. And here's Josh Quinn, who has struck out looking and singled to center. Both of those off Tyler Stewart, who went the first 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and a run. Struck out 8. Maya's first pitch is down low. 1-0, the left-hander out of El Dorado Hills, headed for Loyola Marymount. As we are in the 6th inning. That is inside for a ball, 2-0. Stone said something about finding a new camera angle, and then he just left. So maybe he's going to check with Piper about the jersey. I would not be surprised. That one is just a little bit outside, so it's quickly 3-0 on Josh Quinn with Alex Tobert to follow, and then Noah Zertuch. Or Zertucci, whichever. I've heard it both ways. Maya from the stretch. 3-0 pitch is down low, ball 4. So Quinn's on for the second time tonight. Gets the base on balls. And here's Alex Tobert, who was popped to second and struck out. Big right-handed hitter out of Jamestown College. 1 for 3 last night. Scored a run, had a run driven in. He's up here with nobody out in the 6th. Big breaking balls in there for a strike from Gabe Maya. 0-1 to the right-hand hitting Tolbert. Just under 1,200 fans out here tonight, and we thank each and every one of them and each and every one of you who's checking us out on the YouTube channel. Lincoln Potters Baseball, Stones Radio Networks. That's inside. Did it hit him? Yes, I think it did, and Tolbert will go down to first base. So we thank all of you on the YouTube channel. We have Lincoln Potters Baseball. We have Stones Radio Networks. Go ahead and subscribe to those, and you'll be notified every time we go live with some Potters action, especially on the Stones Radio Networks. You also have access to the other shows on the network. So 2 on, nobody out here in the 6th. And Zertuch, who singled in a run in the 1st and struck out looking in the 3rd, is at the plate. Fouls that one down the line. Noah, a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the left-handed Gabe Maya. That's inside for a ball. Weiss runs it down. Noah advanced by the runners. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is inside for a ball. 2-1. Anthony Nanez, the shortstop, is on deck for the Menlo Park Legends, who are playing their 4th game of the summer. They are 2-1 coming in. Breaking balls hit down to 3rd. Furry is going to go to 2nd for 1, but over to 1st is not going to be in time. And Zertuch is safe, so it's a fielder's choice. Tolbert is retired. Moving to 3rd is Josh Quinn. Runners at 1st and 3rd, but 1 out now. And that brings up Anthony Nanez, who walked and struck out in this one, so he is 0 for 1, 1 for 4 yesterday. Right-handed hitter out of San Francisco State College. That fastball is down low from Gabe Maya. Left-hander Maya gets set. Runners at 1st and 3rd. 1 out here in the 6th. That's chopped over the mound out towards shortstop. Chamiso is going to, did he step on 2nd? I couldn't tell, but he did throw to 1st to get the runner. I don't think he stepped on 2nd. So it's going to be an RBI ground out for Nanez. And the 2nd run crosses the plate in the person of Josh Quinn. Now batting number 27, third baseman Ryan Farr. So Nanez gets the RBI. Zertuch is out at 2nd base. And here's Ryan Farr, who struck out twice against Tyler Stewart. Both times looking. Farr hits that one down the right field line, out of play. 2 for 3 last night for Farr. So Noah Zertucci is at second base. Thanks, Mr. Zertucci. We appreciate the heads up. Breaking ball is too high. See, those are good. Those are good watchers, good viewers. Hey, you need some help with something, they help you out. Give you a bad time. That's high with a fastball. Two balls, one strike on Ryan Farr out of Cal Lutheran College. One run in for the Legends here in the sixth without benefit of a hit. A walk, a hit by pitch, and a couple of fielders' choices. That one's popped up out of play to our right, so it is evened up 2-2 on Ryan Farr. Rowan Felsh on deck. Swing and a miss on Farr. Got him on strikes. One run, no hits. They left one. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's now the Potters 12 and the Legends 2.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now.
Who was in front of him? He grabbed him by the shirt and threw him to the side like a WWE move.
What is that about?
I have it on camera. We'll go to the tape if we have to.
You got it, brother. Let's go back to Jarrett Curtis first, though, in the bottom of the sixth against Jake Ruiz, the third pitcher for the Legend. Curtis takes down low for a ball. He has hit to fielder's choice, drove in a run, struck out, and then doubled and scored back in the fifth. So he is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Stole another base today. That's 6 bases. Scored another run. That's 6 runs scored for Jarrett Curtis over the summer. Just joined us a couple of games ago. That's high for a ball, 2-0. It's pretty cold of the scoreboarder not to put up the run that the Legends got in the 6th inning. You know, they do have 2 now. That is down low for a ball, so it's 3-0. Curtis, then the top of the order, Aiden Isola and Zach Chamiso for the Potters. They try to win the second of this series. That is outside ball 4. So Curtis reaches for the second time tonight. He is at first base. And Aiden Isola is the next scheduled hitter. Out of Sac City College. 7 runs batted in after his 3-run home run last night. Aiden Isola, who has singled twice and walked twice. So on-base percentage looking good for Mr. Isola in this one, as he's been on base all 4 times. There goes the runner. Pitch is high, the throw to second base, and Curtis has another stolen base, his 7th of the summer. And he's in scoring position for Aiden Isola, who took that pitch high and inside, so he is ahead in the count, 1-0. Drew Andrews on deck to bat for Zach Chamiso in the Potters lineup. Isola takes that one in there for a strike. So 1-1 on Aiden, right-handed hitter out of Granite Bay High School. Takes high with a fastball from Ruiz. 2-1. Back tomorrow, 105 Military Appreciation Day. Sliced beer, but not very much. So get here early and get your sliced beer. It's a public service announcement. Fouled out of play by Aiden Isola. 2-2. I don't know if it's every Sunday is Military Appreciation Day, and I think every Sunday is Limited Slice Day. And I'm going to have to try some slice tomorrow, Stones. That's what we're going to have to do. Although that would be taking it away from the consumer, and that's not a good idea either, because there's not much of it. Just one keg. Fastball misses outside. Full count on Aiden Isola. That one is outside, so Aiden will go down to first base. He knows the way. That's the 5th time in a row he's been on first base. 2 hits and 3 walks, and Drew Andrews is going to come out as a pinch hitter for Zach Chamiso. Drew out of Sutter Creek. We're in number 6. He's appeared in a couple of ball games this year. Right-handed hitter comes up here with runners at first and second and nobody out in the 6th inning. And the Potters sporting a 12-2 lead. Right-handed hitter against Jake Ruiz. Cade Sanchez scheduled next for the Potters. As I groove to the music that Willie Preston is grooving into us. There goes the runners. The pitch is high and outside. The throw is going to go to second base, but both runners slide in safely. So Curtis gets another stolen base, and so does Aiden Isola. They are now at second and third. Andrews with a couple of RBI out there. Potentially anyway. Takes high for a ball. 2-0 on Drew. Drew 0 for 2 so far on the season as Ethan Payne goes out to talk to Jake Ruiz. Zach Chamiso 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in tonight. Andrews takes in the dirt, 3-0. Activity in the pen for the Menlo Park Legends. They've already had Dixon, Peters, and now Ruiz on the mound, and we are in the 6th inning. That one's right down the middle by Jake Ruiz. 3-1. Three-one pitch coming up. Fouled out of play by Andrews. Full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. About 85, 86 miles an hour from Jake Ruiz, according to our fantabulous technology stats. That one is called strike 3 on the outside corner. So Andrews is down on strikes, 1 out, still 2 on, and now Cade Sanchez, who has singled 3 times and popped out to second base, and also was in the middle of 2 double plays. One of them he started with a tremendous backhand stab and flipped to second base. Out of Houston, Texas, Cade Sanchez. Runners at second and third. Cade takes outside. He already leads the team with 10 runs batted in. That one misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Brendan Springer on deck, the cleanup man today, the right fielder, who has a couple of hits for the Potters. Sanchez takes high and inside. Runs the count to 3-0 on Cade. Texas A&M Corpus Christi for Cade Sanchez. That's high, ball 4. So Sanchez reaches on a base on balls. Third one of the inning. The bases are loaded, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound, and we'll step away for just a second because we may have ourselves a pitching change here, and we are in the bottom of the 6th. Potters leading at 12-2.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on.
After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Kurt Kinsler, the new pitcher for the Menlo Park Legends. He is the 4th pitcher of the day for MPL. Dixon Peters Ruiz and now Kurt Kinsler, right-hander, will face Brandon Springer with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the 6th inning. The Potters enjoying a 12-2 lead. Sophomore out of Hayward, California. Member of Stevens College, according to my exhaustive research here. And he will face Brandon Springer, who has walked, singled, and into a fielder's choice. He has a run batted in. He has a run scored in this one. First pitch is fouled off of Brandon Springer, so that will not be illegal. And we'll go no balls and 1 strike. Oh, 0-1 on Brandon Springer out of William Jessup University. Fastball just misses that outside corner. A little bit of zip on that one for Kinsler. 1-1. Outside for a ball, 2-1. Drake McNell has come in to run for Cade Sanchez. So Cade's night is done. 3 hits and a walk. 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in for Cade Sanchez. Another great night for the second baseman. That's popped up. First baseman's calling for it. And that is out. Second baseman takes care of it for the out. 2 outs. That is Zertucci making the catch out there. 2 outs, and we've got a pinch hitter, I believe. Left-handed hitting pinch hitter for Ben Romano. Looks like Levi Sotomayor. Oh, number 8. No, okay. Zach Malone. Okay, Zach Malone coming up. Swings and misses at the first offering from Kinsler. 0-1. So Ben Romano is out of the game. He was 1 for 3. That one takes something off. It calls strike 2. Looks like Dom Agrella has come out into the on-deck circle to bat for Trey Furry. If the occasion arises, there are 2 outs in the inning. Bases still loaded. Meeting at the mound between Ethan Payne and Kurt Kinsler, and they are ready to go again as it's 0-2 on Zach Malone. That sails outside. 1-2. That sails outside again. 2-2. Every pitch that's thrown, Stones has the tracker to see how fast it is, and he's weighing whether he could throw harder than that or not. That's his whole game now. 2-2 pitch, that misses again, low and outside. So Malone goes from 0-2 to 3-2, and we have a bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 situation on our hands. Ball 4. So Malone comes on and gets an RBI base on balls. Jarrett Curtis comes across the plate. Everybody else moves up 1, and here is Dom Agrella. So here's Agrella batting for Trey Furry. Dom out of Sac City College. Another 2-hit night for Trey Furry. Two for 2, a run scored, a run driven in for Trey. Look out, Dom Agrella. That one's over your head for a ball, 1-0. So Kinsler got 0-2 on Zach Malone and then hasn't thrown a strike since, 5 straight balls. And Agrella steps in again. Down in the dirt, 2-0. Agrella 2 for 7 on the season, the .286 average. And he has a 2-ball, no strike count. Sharp grounded down to third. Nice play by the third baseman. Gets up, throws across the diamond, and gets him at first base. Good play by Ryan Farr at third base. 1 run for the Potters. They leave him loaded. We go to the 7th. Potters 13-2.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on.
After you.
After you. Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Gabe Maya still on the mound for the Potters. He came on for Tyler Stewart and has pitched the 5th and the 6th inning, giving up 1 run on 1 hit. He will face Ron Felsch, then Riley Ford and Ethan Payne, the bottom third of the order for the Legends. As we move on into the 7th inning of this one, we have some defensive replacements that we will catch up on when we can because we had some substitutions. New third baseman for the Potters, as Furry was hit for. I think that might be Don McGrella. And we are ready to go here in the top of the 7th. Rowan Felsch, who was grounded to second and struck out, is up here. 0 for 4 last night for Rowan. So he's looking for his first hit of the series. Left-handed hitter against the left-hander Gabe Maya. First time these two have met tonight. First pitch is hit sharply to the left. His shortstop, that's into center field for a base hit. So Felsch comes through with his first hit of the day, of the series, to be exact. 5th hit for the Legends in this one, and that will bring up Riley Ford, the left fielder. Drew Andrews, we think, is out at shortstop now. He batted for Zach Chamiso, so that would be logical. Don McGrella over at third. And we'll have a new second baseman as well. There's the pitch. Breaking ball's in there for a strike to Riley Ford. Oh and 1. Fastball down low. 1-1. Fan yelling at the umpire just because you have to in this situation. You can't let the umpire get through the whole game without yelling at him. Doesn't matter what the score is or anything or how well he's doing. There goes the runner. That's inside. The throw to second base is going to be just a little bit too late. Good throw by Landon Weiss, but stolen base for Felsch as he is at second base with nobody out. I think we've got a 2-1 count on Riley Ford. Fastball misses outside. Ethan Payne on deck, the catcher for the Legends. Ford swings and misses. That's going to bring the count, I believe, to a full count. Yes, it is. Potters came out big in this one, scored 6 times in the first inning, and added 5 more in the 5th. Oh, did that hit him or did that foul off? Let's see, it is a foul ball. It's the 4th inning in this series. The Potters have had at least, that's 4 innings, they've had at least 5 runs. 2 5-run innings, a 6 and a 9 from yesterday, as they've been stringing hits together. And the Legends, to be fair, have been contributing with the free passes that they've issued. I believe it was around 11 last night. 3-2 pitch, waves at a breaking ball, strike 3. Good pitch by Gabe Maya. Ford is down on strikes, and here's Ethan Payne. Ethan Payne, our dog batter tonight, has struck out and grounded into a double play, but really didn't deserve the double play. Hit the ball hard up the middle and a fine backhanded stop by Cade Sanchez, and they turned to 4-6-3 on him. So he is 0 for 2 in this one. He's got a runner out at second base and 1 out. Look out. Maya's first pitch is inside. And there we got some dogs yapping. Last chance as its beer sales end after the 7th inning. So last chance to grab yourself 50% off as the Dueling Dogs batter strikes out in this one. That was behind him all the way back to the backstop, and going to third will be Rowan Felsch on the wild pitch by Gabe Maya. And the West asked for time to settle down his pitcher. Cooper Winton and the top of the order on deck. We get some aggressive pups in the group, trying to get 50% off for the Legends. So it is now 13-3 in favor of the Potters. As he scores on the wild pitch, goes to third and scores on a wild pitch. Maya from the stretch. That sails high in ball 4. So Payne gets the base on balls. He's down at first with 1 out and brings up the top of the order, Cooper Winton. Doubled to open the game and scored, then grounded to short and grounded to second after that. So he is 1 for 3, and there's a meeting at the mound for the Potters now. Brock Ragetz is going to go out and talk to Gabe Maya. Let's see. There is, I believe, some activity in the Potters' pen. As Gabe came on, this is his 3rd inning of work. He's given up 2 runs on 2 hits. He's walked 3 and hit 1. Walked 2 and hit 1. So that's a short visit from Brock Ragetz, and his percentage of retiring the next batter after his visits has been very high, way over 90% in the past. I think it's a little lower as we start off this season. I'll have to go back and look at the tapes. But he's aiming for 95% or above. Breaking ball on the inside corner to Cooper Winton. That was a late breaking ball, and he got the call on that one. So it's 0-1 on Winton out of Merced College. 2 for 4 in the game last night, 1 for 3 so far here today. Same pitch, but on the outside corner, and it misses. 1-1. Josh Quinn slated next. Throw over to first base by Maya, a little bit too high, and getting back easily is Ethan Payne. One ball, 1 strike. That's a little line drive up the middle on 1 hop. Second baseman steps on second, throws to first, digs it out, can't get him. So it's a fielder's choice. And Minton will reach first base. Payne is retired. 2 outs here in the 7th inning, and that will should bring up Josh Quinn, but I think it's a pinch hitter. It's Colin O'Driscoll, who played last night. Colin was 1 for 3 in the game last night. Also had a base on balls, left-handed hitter. Swings and misses at a high fastball from Gabe Maya. Oh, 1. Chopped over to third base. Agrella has it. He's going to go across the diamond to first. It's a little bit low. It's scooped out at first base for the out. So 1 run for the Legends in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Potters 13-3 over Menlo Park.
It begins on the farm, where where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the seventh from McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California. The lovely Lincoln Potters 13-3 over the Menlo Park Legends. Kurt Kinsler still out on the mound for Menlo Park. He's slated to face J.T. Maloney, then Landon Weiss and Jarrett Curtis, the bottom third of the Potters order here in the seventh inning. Kai Burdick warming up for the Potters in the bullpen, so we might see Kai come the top of the eighth. Right now it's J.T. Maloney inside for a ball. JT's been hit by a pitch, struck out, hit into a double play, and had a two-run single. So in all, he's got 3 runs batted in on a hit today. Pumps his total up to 6 for the season. Kinsler from the stretch, the right-hander from Stevens College delivers outside. 2-0. 1:05 first pitch tomorrow, Military Appreciation Day. Come on out and check out the Potters and the Legends as they wrap up this series. Potters going for, well, we hope the sweep. Hold on in this one and get the sweep. That's down low for a ball. 3-0. Inside. So 4-pitch walk to J.T. Maloney. He's on for the 3rd time today. And here's Landon Weiss, the catcher. Walk, struck out, flied to right, and struck out for Landon Weiss. So he's 0 for 3. Does have an RBI on that walk in the first inning. His 5th of the season. And he is up here against Kurt Kinsler with Jarrett Curtis to follow. First pitch is hit down to first baseman. Nice play at first. Goes over and tags the bag for the out. I think that's Jackson Snitko over at first base making the play. An excellent play. And Landon Weiss is retired. Here's Jarrett Curtis, who's into a fielder's choice, struck out, doubled, and walked. He scored twice, stole a couple of bases in this one. He chops that one back up the middle, cut off at second base, stops the throw. They're not going to be able to make a throw to first base. It's an infield single for Jarrett Curtis, his 2nd hit of the game. And moving to third is J.T. Maloney, and first and third for Aiden Isola. 14 hits for the Potters in this one, 2 for Jarrett Curtis. Been on base 3 times. Maloney at third, Curtis at first, and Aiden Isola at the plate. He's been on base 5 times in a row, 2 hits and 3 walks. And he takes the first one down low. Drew Andrews to follow. Isola takes inside for a ball. 2-0. Line drive, left field, base hit, RBI single, Aiden Isola. And he hits him good. Barrel up contact. He picks up another run, batted in. Scoring is JT Maloney. Second hit of the inning for the Potters. Curtis moves over to third. Isola now has 3 hits and 3 walks. And here is Drew Andrews, who struck out in his only appearance today. Came on in the 6th for Zach Chamiso. Took over at shortstop. Drake Bicknell is on deck. Inside for a ball to Drew Andrews. Drew on. Drew is up, and then Drake is in the on-deck circle. That is inside for a ball. 2-0 on Andrews. Inside again on Andrews. Runs the count to 3 balls and no strikes. 1 out here in the 7th. Potters at first and second. Swing and a miss. Andrews had a really good cut at that one. Makes it 3-1. There's a nice moon right out in left center field. I just hit it right at the moon. And, well, inside again, ball 4, and Andrews gets the base on balls. Isola moves to second, Curtis over to third, and here's Drake Bicknell making his first appearance at the plate. He came on as a pinch runner for Cade Sanchez back in the 6th inning. Cade 3 for 4 tonight. Sorry about that, Cade. 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Legends. We're going to have a pitching change, and we'll step away. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Potters up big.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th. Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Grant Selig is the new pitcher for the Menlo Park Legends. He is the 5th pitcher of the night. Dixon, then Peters, Ruiz, Kinsler, and Selig. He will face Drake Bicknell, his first at bat of the day. And we've got the bases loaded of Potters. They've scored once here in the inning. They lead at 14-3. Out of Jesuit High School, Mr. Drake Bicknell. We've seen him on the mound. Now we see him at the plate. That's in the dirt, gets away, and here comes Curtis, and he will score easily on the wild pitch. Second run comes in for the Potters. Isola moves up, as does Drew Andrews, to second and third. 15-3 in favor of the Potters. That's fouled out of play. So Drake Bignell was ready for it. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch is in there for a call. Strike 2. 1-2. So first pitch was wild from Selig, but the last two right on the money. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brandon Springer is up next for the Potters. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Ethan Payne. We'd had another run across the plate. Evens the count at 2-2 on Drake Bignell. Potters at second and third. Fastball, call strike 3 outside corner. So Bignell is out on strikes. 2 outs here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Brandon Springer. Right fielder walked, singled twice, walked again, and hit into a fielder's choice. He does have a run batted in, has scored a run in this one. Came in at 278, and he is 2 for 3 tonight so far. Now he faces Grant Selig, whose first pitch is low and outside. Zach Malone to follow. Fastball's in there for a strike. 1-1 on Brandon Springer. Time is called. Ball coming out of the bullpen. I couldn't imagine another reason to call time. That's fouled out of play. So at 1-2 on Brandon Springer. Selig bringing it at about 88, 89 miles an hour. Out of the pen for the Legends. Used 5 pitchers last night, and they're using 5 pitchers again tonight. That one's low and outside. Two and 2 on Brandon. Fastball down low again, 3-2. Full count pitch coming from Selig. Hit out to shortstop. Throw to first base and got him by a step. Nice play out there by Anthony Nenez for the third out. 2-run score for the Potters. We go to the top of the 8th. Potters lead at 15-3.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at R.C. Willey.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Kai Burdick, the new pitcher for the Potters. Gabe Maya goes 3 innings, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, walks 3, and strikes out 2. He leaves with the Potters leading 15-3. Jackson Snitko is the batter. As we speculated when we saw him out at first base a little earlier, last inning. So it'll be Jackson Snitko and then Noah Zertucci and Anthony Nanez. As Burdick finishes up his warm-up tosses. And he is done with them, as I'm just was, behind the scenes, Stone's communicating some information to me. It's, not for public consumption. Of course, it's way too hush-hush. So here's Jackson Snitko. Pitched last night, 3 innings. He's in for Alex Tolbert. First pitch is outside from Kai Burdick. 1 ball and no strikes. 4th appearance by Kai Burdick so far, 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits and 3 runs. That one's down low for a ball. 2-0 on Jackson Snitko. Noah Zertucci and then Anthony Nanez to follow. Fastball just misses the outside corner, so it's 3-0. Five strikeouts and 3 walks for Kai Burdick in 4 2/3 innings. That one is outside, ball 4. So Snitko gets a base on balls. Alex Tolbert was 0 for 2 while I was in there, was also hit by a pitch. Hopefully he wasn't injured by that pitch. Here's Noah Zertucci. Singled in a run in the first, struck out looking in the third, and then hit to a fielder's choice in the 6th. So he is 1 for 3 in this one with the RBI. Left-handed hitter. Actually, I believe he's a switch hitter. And that one bounces up and goes all the way back to the backstop. So moving down to second base is Snitko. Nothing Landon Weiss could do about that one, actually. That one is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one just misses outside. 2-1. Swinging a foul into the catcher's glove. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Noah Zertucci. That's outside. 1 for 4 last night for Anthony, right-handed hitter. And Landon Weiss is going to go out and talk to Kai Burdick, who has walked the first 2 hitters he has faced here in the 8th inning. Just having a chat. Everybody's having a chat at second base. So Drake Bicknell has moved in behind the plate for the Potters, taking Landon Weiss's place. And he just had his chat with Kai Burdick. And it's in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Snitko at second. Zertucci over at first. Potters faithful still hanging out to check this one out. Watch it to the conclusion. See the Potters get the W, hopefully. Fastball poured down the middle in there for a strike. So it's 1-1 now on Anthony Nunez. Ryan Farr, the third baseman, on deck. That one is down low. 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Nobody out. 2 on here in the 8th. And the batter is hit with the pitch, and he will go to first base because that's the rules. Bases are loaded, nobody out. 2 walks and hit batter. And that'll bring up Ryan Farr, who struck out all 3 times tonight. So he's looking to make amends for himself. He's got a couple runners out on base, 3 to be exact. 2 for 3 last night for Ryan Farr. And Farr is hit by a pitch, and he gets himself an RBI. Bases are still loaded, 1 run in. And we're going to have a meeting at the man, and we'll step away. We are in the top of the 8th. Potters lead this one 15-4.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally
Meeting over, Rowan Felsch at the plate, Rowan Felsch at the plate with the bases loaded. Nobody out still here in the 8th. First pitch is on the inside corner for a strike with a fastball, 0-1. 2 walks and then 2 hit batters in the inning, so a run is scored. It is 15-4 in favor of the Potters. Fastball misses outside. 1-1. Lady Pumas are up here, and I'm scared, Stones, because they are so. The precision of their military precision is incredible, and they raised like $1 billion in sales today. Outside for a ball, 2-1. I think they sold over like $1,200 worth of tickets or some incredible number because of the military precision that they practice. And they're relentless, too. You can tell that just by talking. They're relentless. 2-1 pitch coming up by Burdick. Outside ball 3 gets away. Here comes the runner down, and he is in safely. That is Zertucci. And the other 2 runners move up, Nunez and Farr, to second and third. 2 runs in the inning. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count now on Rowan Felsch. Riley Ford on deck. Fastball, outside corner, call strike 2. 3-2. Belts is grounded out, struck out, and singled back in the 7th, so he is 1 for 3 today. Outside, ball 4. And that loads the bases back up and brings up Riley Ford. And we'll have a pitching change as JP is going to go out and talk to the pitcher, so we'll step away once again. 2 runs in, bases loaded, score 15-5 in favor of the Potters. We're in the 8th.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary.
Grant Kelly, the new pitcher for the Potters out of the College of Southern Nevada. He comes on with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the 8th inning. And the score 15-5 in favor of the Potters. Riley Ford, the hitter, he is singled, struck out, and grounded out. And that is fouled out of play. 0-1 on Riley Ford. Ethan Payne, the catcher, to follow. Next pitch is poured inside on the corner for a strike, 0-2. Timeout as we have the ball loose in left field. I thought it was something to do with the full moon, but I don't think it is. Actually, it might be out in left field. That's a crazy place out there. It's a big moon. Well done, Stones. Yes, it's a big moon. How did you do in astronomy class? Pretty well. That's a big moon out there. C+. It's grounded foul down the third base line. That would have been trouble had it been fair. It was right down the line. Don Magrella gave it a dive, but it was just past him. That would have maybe cleared the bases down there as Ford put it right down the third base line, but just foul. Two walks, 2 hit batters, another walk for the Legends here in the 8th. They've scored twice and have nobody out with the bases loaded. Ford now with an 0-2 count. Grant Kelly, the new pitcher. 4th pitcher of the day for the Potters. Tyler Stewart started, then Gabe Maya, then Kai Burdick, and now Grant Kelly. Drake McNeil behind the plate for the Potters. Fastball's outside. Bounces away, no advance for the runners. 1-2. One and two to Riley Ford. Potter's just trying to get a couple outs here in the 8th inning. Trying to nail this one down. Outside and high, 2-2. Kelly ready to go from the stretch at 2-2. High fly ball left field, coming in, and making the catch. And there's the tag and the throw beautifully into home. What a throw out of left field. Fantastic throw out of left field by Zach Malone, who came in and made a good running catch and then gunned it to the plate. The runner had already bluffed like they were going. It's a good thing they did. They were up by 20 feet had they not. One out, and it'll bring up Ethan Payne. So Ethan Payne comes to the plate. He has walked, struck out, hit into a double play. He's got one out, and the base is loaded here in the 8th inning. That's a breaking ball that didn't break soon enough inside for a ball. That's a non-breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That's inside. I think that might have hit him, and it did. So Payne will go down to first base, hit by a pitch. He gets an RBI. Scoring is Nanez. Farr moves to third. Now Felch at second. 3 runs in on 3 walks and 3 hit batters here in the 8th inning. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter. That's Jacob Frost is going to hit for Cooper Winton. So Frost comes in for Cooper Winton. Cooper goes 1 for 4 in this one. And Frost comes up to the plate with the bases loaded. He is the 8th batter of the inning. Swing and a miss at a ball down in the dirt. 0-1 on Jacob Frost. Started behind the plate last night, was 1 for 4. Out of Cal State East Bay. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Grant Kelly. 3 runs in, bases full. Popped up right side, going after it. And it is on top of the dugout, so it doesn't matter who went after it because it's a foul ball. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Jacob Frost, the pinch hitter. Tyler Stewart started for the Potters, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. He struck out 8. So another tremendous effort from Tyler. Big chopper down to third base. It's going to be tough to get anybody. They're going to go to first with it, and not in time. It's an infield single for Frost, and a run scores. RBI as well, 4th run of the inning, and that brings up Colin O'Driscoll. So now 15-7 in favor of the Potters, as the Legends have scored 4 times here, and that was the first hit of the inning. And here's O'Driscoll, who came on in the 7th and grounded to third. Outside with a fastball. 1-0. Fastball catches the outside. That's a strike. 1-1. Willie calls for the cowbells. That's what you do in the 8th inning of a 15-7 game. And he got some good response as well with the great Potter fans out here. 1-1 pitch is fouled over in the on-deck circle at Jackson Snitko over there. And he had to do a little bit of a dance to get out of the way of that one. So quickly, 1 ball and 2 strikes on O'Driscoll. Swung on, fouled into the catcher's mitt, and he did not hold on. So it was into the catcher's mitt and then out of the catcher's mitt, and that doesn't count. Womp womp. So we'll do it again at 1-2 with Kelly and the left-handed Colin O'Driscoll. It's fouled out of play to our left. Over the still pretty well-populated grassy knoll out there. I'm telling you, those people deserve a grassy knoll medal. Hispanic Heritage Night out here. Got my Hispanic Heritage Night cap on, as does Stones McCoy. A well-attended evening, to be sure. Fastball just misses the outside corner, 2-2. And the fans wanted that one. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 9th batter of the inning for the Legends. Lifted into left center field. That's going to be caught out there. Nice play by the shortstop. The tag at third to throw home. It's going to be a sacrifice fly, but didn't matter. Nice play by Drew Andrews to go out and make the catch on that one. So Driscoll gets an RBI. Scoring is Rowan Felsch, and a very heads-up offensive play by Rowan Felsch to score from third on that one. 2 outs, and that brings up Jackson Snitko, who started the inning with a base on balls. So now first and second for the Legends and 2 outs. That one almost got down in short left center field, but Andrews showing some good range, went out and made the catch. As it's 15-8 now in favor of the Potters. Fastball is in there for a strike on Snitko. 0-1. Came on for Alex Tolbert, who went 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in his stint today. Alex was 1 for 3 last night with an RBI and a run scored. Snitko a base on balls and scored here in the 8th. 0-1. That's lined down to first base. Nice play down there. Step on the bag, and that's the inning. So the Potters get out of it finally. 5 runs on 1 hit for the Legends. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters 15 to Menlo 8.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hat. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Welcome to the bottom of the 8th inning. Potters leading 15-8. Grant Selly got for his second inning of work. The big right-hander will face, Zach Malone. and somebody else, which I can't read my own writing, so it'll be somebody. I'll guarantee you I'll tell you who it is when the time comes, so just relax. I think it's Dom Agrella. So Zach Malone, Dom Agrella, and JT Maloney, the first three batters. As the ball goes down to second base for the Legends, and we are ready to go here in the bottom of the eighth. Malone walked his first time up. So it'll be Malone, Agrella, and Maloney. Romano was 1 for 3 with a run score while he was in there. Zach Malone came in to pinch hit in the sixth, got the base on balls and the RBI. Swing and a miss by Zach Malone. 0-1. That's outside for a ball. One ball, one strike on Zach Malone. Selig from the windup. Misses outside again. Two and one to Zach Malone. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Left-handed hitter out of Roseville, California, Wood Creek High School. Takes down low inside, 3-2. Three-two pitch, foul back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Starting off the bottom of the 8th inning here. Potter's looking to go to 4-3 on the season. Malone, check swing. Did he go? He did go. Call strike 3. Swinging strike 3, actually. So he is out on strikes for the first out. Second strikeout for Grant Selig since he's been in, and he'll face Dom Agrella now. Dom came on for Trey Furry back in the 6th and grounded out. Took over at third base. Out of Sac City College, Dom Agrella wearing number 10 for the Potters in the Hispanic Heritage Night jerseys. Very striking jerseys, gold lettering. Takes outside for a ball. Inside, 2-0. JT Maloney to follow. In the Potters order, JT in the DH spot today, batting 7th. 2-0 pitch, good cut by Tom Agrella, went down to one knee, didn't get it, 2-1. He isn't going to get cheated on that one. Took a big cut at a 2-0 fastball at about 90 miles an hour. 2-1. Swing and miss, same thing, same place, same result, 2-2. That's outside, ball 3. 3-2 on Dom Agrella. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Now we're going to have a baseball change, which you want to have at 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning when it's 15-7. Or 15-8, excuse me. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Grant Selig. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, and JT Maloney coming up to the plate. JT has been hit by a pitch, struck out, hit into a double play, got a 2-run single, and then walked. Scored twice, has 3 runs batted in. Fastball on the outside corner. 0-1. So Grant Selig has been very impressive so far here tonight in limited action. He's got a couple strikeouts. Swing and a miss by Maloney. It's quickly 0-2 on JT. That is down low and inside for a ball. 1-2 on JT Maloney. Fouled that one out of play to our right, so it stays at 1-2. JT reaches. I'll be honest, if JT reaches, I have no idea who's coming up. Supposed to be Landon Weiss, but I was informed by my people that Drake Bignell was now catching, so your guess is as good as mine. Breaking ball is lined into center field. Coming on and not making the play. That's a base hit for Maloney. That is hit number 16 for the Potters. So it's Landon Weiss, so I was told wrong by somebody that there was a new catcher because Landon Weiss is still right there in the game. Okay, then all interns are no pay for the interns for 1 day. One ball and no strikes on Landon. He was walked, struck out, flied out, struck out, and grounded out. So it's been an interesting day. Ball 2. Jarrett Curtis on deck. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Landon Weiss. Came into the game at .357. Picked up an RBI back in the first inning on a walk. So he has 5 runs batted in now on the summer. Out of William Jessup University. 3 balls and no strikes. Had a mind to swing, didn't swing. It's called a strike anyway. 3 balls and 1 strike on Landon Weiss. That's hit out of play to our left, so it'll full count on Landon Weiss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 8th. Potters 15, Legends 8. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So 3 strikeouts and a base hit in that inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Potters 15, Legends 8.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Insist. It's your turn. Nope, I think it's your turn. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go. I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you. After you. Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the ninth, Potters lead at 15-8. Grant Kelly out here to try to close it down. He'll have Noah Zertucci, then Anthony Nunez, and Ryan Farr, the first three hitters for the Menlo Park Legends. Noah has singled, struck out, hit it to a fielder's choice, and walked, scored a run, drove in a run. So a busy day for Noah. Switch hitter up here left-handed against Grant Kelly, so I'm informed that it's Don Magrella at third, Drew Andrews at short, Landon Weiss is now at second, Isola at first, and behind the plate, Drake Picknell. Popped up left side, coming on as Malone. He has a beat on it and makes the catch in medium deep left field for the first out. So quickly, one pitch and one out. Malone in left, center is Jarrett Curtis and Brandon Springer out in right. So the defensive alignment is finally set as we have hopefully two more outs to go in this one. Anthony Nunez is coming to the plate. Nunez has walked, struck out, been hit by a pitch and into a fielder's choice. He scored a run. He's driven in a run. He takes that one on the inside corner, off the inside corner for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes on Anthony. Ryan Farr to follow. Took something off that, hits the inside corner with that one. It's 1-1 on Inez. 1 for 4 last night. That's outside for a ball. 2-1. That's fouled back. 2-2 now on Inez. Fouled out of play again, so it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Stewart started, went the first 4, then Gabe Maya went 3. Kai Burdick and now Grant Kelly, who came on in the 8th inning. Got 1 out here in the 9th, trying to shut this one down for the Lincoln Potters and give them the first 2 games of this series against the Legends. That's outside. Game 3 tomorrow, 105 Military Appreciation Day. Come on out and enjoy the fun. Special slice beer out here, limited supply, so order your slice early when you get out here to the ballpark. Full count on Anthony Nunez. Swinging, foul ball in the catcher's glove, held on by Bicknell in the second out of the inning. 2 outs, and here's Ryan Farr, who struck out 3 times and been hit by a pitch. Has an RBI from being hit by a pitch in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. So he's up here for his 4th official time against Grant Kelly. Fouls it out of play, so it's 0-1 on Ryan Farr. The last strike guy is taking his job into the second to last strike guy. And he's just, these kids today, they're not, you pass this down through the ages to them, and that's not good enough. It's in the dirt for a ball. What's he going to say? It's 1-1 now, Potter fans. What is going on with this world? I don't know what Gen he is, but we got to get him out of there. Gen X, Gen Millennium, I don't know what he is. It's the last strike guy, not the last batter guy. Why don't you just go get the last inning guy, okay? Oh, my gosh. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ryan Farr. Popped up right side, going out the second baseman. That's Weiss. Comes out and makes the catch and ends the ball game. Landon Weiss makes the catch in short right field, and that's the game. Nothing to cross for the Legends. Our final score, 15-8. Potters win it. We're back with our post game, including our player of the game, right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
the Potter's Player of the Game, presented by Peak Jerky. A convenient, healthy paleo and keto-friendly snack ready for you to enjoy. Visit peakpastramijerky.com.
Welcome into the Potters postgame, and that player of the game is Aiden Isola. Mr. Isola, congratulations. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
You guys have put up big numbers a couple of times tonight. You put up big numbers a couple of times last night. What's the key to you guys putting big innings together?
Honestly, I think it was just guys getting more at-bats, seeing more pitches, and now we're finally putting together on the field. Guys are hitting better. I mean, shoot, we're all hitting better now, but yeah.
Well, you know, last night Levi was our player of the game, and tonight it's you. So you Sac City guys are really showing out, huh?
I know. I mean, when March called me to come play, I was like, I can't pass it up. It's in my hometown. I get to play with some of my teammates from Sac City, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. It's really cool to see out here. Obviously, I watched your brother play, so I'm really familiar with you guys, so it's great to have you out here. So you said you kind of put yourself out to play this one, but after, I know you guys are here for a short time. What are your rest of your plans for the summer?
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, us Sac City guys, we're on a temporary contract right now. I mean, I kind of just depends on if we play good or who comes in next, because obviously guys are still playing in college, but we'll see. Well,
I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. I told that to Levi last night. And, Aiden, before I let you go, the one thing that really impresses me about you is the way you seem to square everything up. Obviously, that's what you want to do, but what's the key to you being able to do that?
I don't know. I feel like I'm happy just hitting the ball hard. I don't really care where it goes, but that's always been my big thing, is just finding a barrel, whatever it takes.
Yeah, and before we go, congratulations on getting the first Potter home run. That had to feel real nice last night.
Oh, it felt pretty good. We were due. We were 5 games in with no home runs. We had to get one.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried. Aiden Isola, you're our player of the game. Thanks a lot for joining us. Really nice talking to you, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Aiden Isola. He is our player of the game. We're back with more Potters postgame right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Coming up, the Potters Postgame Show, brought to you by Sky High Broadband. Get connected with Sky High today. 916-644-3300.
Welcome back to the Potters postgame. Thanks to Aiden Isola, our player of the game. Tremendous job. He was on base 6 times, 3 hits and 3 walks. And Stones McCoy, I must say that except for a kind of a gnarly top of the 8th inning, that was a pretty perfect game for the Potters tonight.
Absolutely. Pitching was really good other than one situation there, like you said, in the 8th. I mean, really good pitching. Offensively, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we've been thinking the wrong things the first 3 or 4 games, like they weren't getting hits, or maybe they just were timing everybody. Maybe they're getting the timing together, because offensively, the last couple of games has just been really, really good, and it's only going to bode well for the Potters going forward.
And we had Aiden Isola as our player of the game. We got to give a shout out to Tyler Stewart, who was kind of our runner-up in this one. His second straight outing. He's gone 8 innings now, 4 hits, 2 runs, and he struck out 14. So I would say that the guy headed at Sac State has really been impressing this summer.
Oh yeah, he absolutely has been. I was really looking forward to his start after watching him hitting his first start. I was looking to see if that was a fluke or because we haven't seen a lot of them, and I didn't follow a lot of Sac State baseball this year. However, that was impressive to see him follow up his performance from the first night with tonight. That means we're going to expect that from him going forward.
Absolutely. And we have tomorrow, 105 Military Appreciation Day. Of course, we're on at about 12:50 or so with our Potter pregame, and I don't know who we're going to get for a guest tomorrow. Sundays it's kind of a grab bag, but before we go, I want to say thank you to you for two of your innovations tonight. We've got the post-game player interview. You have engineered that to a T, and I really love that segment. I love it basically because it means the Potters won, and we're doing the post-game interview. And then this thing that you've got going in the fifth inning with Coach Mike Marjama, I think there's a lot of potential there. So you're thinking outside the box, my friend.
Well, I really appreciate that. Something I realized last night, and it actually happened with talking with my wife.
Oh, boy.
She said that I think too many people know who you are and too many people hear you. Maybe less of you and more of other people.
Oh,
and so I decided
to me or to you?
No, to me. So I decided, well, I'll just replace myself with Mike, because if I ever wanted to be a guy, I'd want to be Mike Marjama. So there you go. We're going to have that going forward.
Yeah, and as we said when we talked to him, man, if I'm a parent and I'm sending a kid to a program, that's the guy I want, because that guy is fantastic. So thanks for watching to us tonight. We got a Potters win 15-8. Tomorrow we're back on at 105, 12:50 for the pregame right here on Lincoln Potters YouTube, on Stones Radio Network's YouTube, and all over the world, I would say. I think we're reaching all over the world now.
Currently, we are actually in three different continents.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
I don't know that. I don't know the continents. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time on the Stones Radio Networks.